Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey, Skyjamming, how's it going? We figure we'll start this thing up while we're waiting for Jesse here. We get a little inside baseball, I guess, as we're waiting for him to show up. So we're gonna be playing Rogue Trader tonight. This is our 8th session. The guys did not really do enough research before they went to this planet to kind of like secure the area. Last session, they landed on the second planet in this little system. They're going in to secure an area for this mining operation. I don't know. It's fuzzy. We played like a month ago. And by the time you listen to this, it'll be like 4 months ago. So we went in and we're savagely mauled by these chimera. Kane is almost completely useless in a combat situation. Not really what you want out of your arch militant. So we're kind of working through that. We're trying to like get him up to speed. So after getting like horribly beaten down, we regrouped and headed back to the shuttle. And we're trying to figure out what's the best way to make sure this area is secure before we call in our employer and give them the thumbs up. So we're just kind of metagaming that scenario right now to try to figure out what's the best way to sort of get the job done, as it were. We found out due to GM hint that the chimera are not the top predator in the area, so that does not bode well for our little band.
Oh, and that reminds me, I was like, why am I not finding what I need? Wrong book, guys. Wrong book. Not good for you guys, the book I'm going to, but
that's I don't like that at all.
Sometimes you got to go big, or you got to go home.
Well, or you got to stand in the corner and pee your pants. I mean, we'll ask Kane when he shows up.
There's a number of times that, oopsie, it just so happens there's some of you probably need power armor. Whoops. Might be in the Death Watch book.
Wait, what?
What did I say? I didn't say that. I said that.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, we already kicked the shit out of your Chaos Marine, so bring it, motherfucker.
I know, you took that down, so like I gotta give you guys real challenges. Serious challenges.
As long as there's only one.
Yeah.
Then Kane actually shows up. Well, not that he's useful anyway. I guess it wouldn't really matter.
Although I guess to be fair, I really should have looked up the horde stuff instead of the like individual stuff. But I got a thing, and it's gonna be fun.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Although I really worry this might kill you. But I worry the last one might kill you. So like, seriously, what?
You did almost kill us last time.
Did I? I don't think I did. I thought it was pretty fine.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
I mean, other than fear checks and shit.
Yeah, which none of us can really pass.
Okay, I cannot give you. Never mind. I can't have you fight that. I'm pretty sure you can't take 1d10 plus 22.
Ooh.
Whoa. That's...
Well, what if you want to use that monster and just half it? So 1d10 plus 10, which is still pretty fucking rough.
I mean, that's I'm not sure you can even handle that.
That would still one-shot me.
Perhaps you should go down to the next. Maybe you shouldn't fight a master level Deathwatch thing.
Probably not, since the power like doubles for each game system.
Yeah.
So we're like right in the middle.
Yeah, but you might be able to handle some of these guys. They're looking pretty good, but not like, oh my god. So,
all right, that's fair. That's fair. I pounded a monster before we started, so I may literally have a heart attack while we're playing. So just heads up.
Not good. Should have had some coffee instead.
I had 2 cups at work. I couldn't wait until I got home, and I'm like, well, I've got a rock star in the cabinet, so like I'll just have that. It's not good.
No, that's all right. I might just black out. I'm not drinking that much. You guys should know that. If I were drinking that much, you know what would have already been said. You all know.
So should we get this rolling with that, Jesse? So like we're sort of clustered around the shuttle, kind of like licking our wounds and like, oh, that sucked, right?
Yeah, we can just play it off like he went to go change his pants.
Yeah, there you go.
Stinky.
Yeah, he's washing, he's freshening up right now.
I'm gonna save this because I got most of the thing, by the way, for the coffee ready. I really should probably like have you read the like description, and I should probably think about the description more than like 4 seconds. But page is basically created. I just have to add your logo that you sent me and a description. So
sweet.
That'll be done, tomorrow.
Nice.
I would do it tonight, but I'm not gonna be able to think while I'm actually running a game.
Yeah, so, by the time we get done, it'll be late.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna get that done, but I'll get it otherwise.
Fair enough.
Sure, we can jump in.
So Venari kind of like looks at the shuttle with the door open. He hears like the refresher or whatever running, and he kind of looks at the other two guys and he's like, all right, while he's cleaning up, what do you think here? Like we've got a lot of ground to cover, and we don't have we could bring the murder servitors down and just stick them in a fucking row and wait for something to show up if it shows up. We've got the sentry gun set up already, which that'll help some. But we took down 4 of those things. Like, how many of those things do you think could be here?
Can we? So I don't know what stuff we have on this shuttle or how far away the Heretics Bane is, but can we do something like a more proper search of the area? If we do a scan of the area, and then if we find a concentration of where some stuff is at, then we can almost use the murder servitors to flush them out or anything like that. I'm trying to think what power we have on the shuttle versus how far the main ship is away, and what we can do with that just for checking the area out.
Well, I don't think the shuttle has any armaments on it. I mean, we've got Kane's guys with us. Yeah. The Heretics Bane is in orbit. Okay, sure. I would be hesitant to glass this area. We want to probably try to keep this as much intact for them to get here. We don't know what. I mean, obviously they're going to mine things. They may be able to use some of this lumber. We don't know what their overall strategy is, so we don't want to, just mess the whole area up.
They're pretty damn big. We could always just do a flyover with the shuttle.
Yeah. So I mean, do we have the equipment on the shuttle to do that? I'm guessing we do, but if we go back to the Heretics Bane, does it have? I mean, would we have it granular search enough, or could we do the search just from the shuttle? I think, not necessarily use that for the attack or anything, just get a better lay of the land, because I think we pretty much just landed and ran in. So,
I thought we had scanned the area. I thought it. I should really re-listen to these episodes. I thought we had scanned and didn't find anything specifically, and just because of the density of the jungle and stuff, like there wasn't anything like specific life form. Like, oh shit, there's a creature over here, because there's just so much vegetation.
Does anyone have tech use? Who has tech use?
Our tech priest who's on the ship. I forget the fuck's name is. Chad.
Oh.
I think everybody has it at basic. I don't remember if Kane picked it up or not. I know he talked about it. I don't remember if he actually snagged it.
Last I remember, he just had it at basic.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
does anyone have knowledge? Fuck. Anything that would be
Forbidden Lore
science-y related, maybe?
No.
Let's say Xenos counts, because that could theoretically apply to Xenos
All right.
landscape and stuff.
So I rolled a 40 against 40.
Oh, look at that. So from orbit, your augury scanners are probably not pinpointing unless it's like massive creatures or like huge cities, you're probably not going to pick a ton up. But a shuttle augury array at low orbit, if you're flying over, or not low orbit, like low altitude, if you're actually like scanning the area with like sweeping augury scans, you might pinpoint more information than you would from orbit.
So I think, like Jarnan said, is almost like do a flyby. So do we want to take some time, just maybe taking out a quadrant and just checking it, doing that better scan. We may pick up stuff the size of what we already fought, maybe bigger, because obviously I think that those are the ones that are going to cause the problems. I think anything less, not to tempt fate, but I think we may be able to handle. So maybe we take some time just to fly on a bit and do some checks, maybe a couple checks just to see if we see anything that jumps out at us. Figuratively or literally.
Do we want to have the guys fly the shuttle over and direct us on the ground? Or do we want to do a flyover and see where things are at? And then...
Are we safe? If we stay off the shuttle, are we safe after what you just went through? Or would it be better to get back on the shuttle and rest for a bit? I guess that's the question. Do we have secure enough area if we stay outside of the shuttle?
I'm tired, but I'm not beat up too bad, mostly bruised. If that's the biggest thing that's out here, we should probably be okay, right? Especially if they give us a heads up that it's coming. Maybe we can even, finagle it to, come at us through where the sentry guns are set up.
Well, the only bad thing about that idea is if we do run into trouble, the shuttle won't be able to land to pick us up.
That is true. We could... I don't know. I don't... So Venari just kind of sweeps his hand at the expanse of forest, and he's like, I don't have a fucking clue. There could be so many creatures out here. We probably should have done a little bit more research before coming out here to see what the indigenous life forms were reported to be.
To be fair, there's really not a lot of quote, there isn't a lot of intelligence other than the folks that hired you said there's dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
Categorized planet or anything, like a well-known planet or anything. So, you may have been equally uninformed until you show up.
Is there eyes on site?
Is there any more force we can bring down from the main ship? Let's stay on the ground. If we can, let's make a call out to bring down some more reinforcements and then send the shuttle out to do some scouting, while we're on the ground.
Well, we have the 100 guys that we picked up before we left.
Okay.
They're going to be here helping to secure the area, and they're going to be our boots on the ground as we get our base set up. We can bring them down, and we could just run a cordon and just push out through the area till we stir something up.
Well, I'm just thinking, let's send the shuttle out to do some scans, but let's see if we have a bit more people with us. If we have to move, if something does, if we do find something that we can take care of it, or just, if we're waiting to do the scans, we can start some of the work where, we wanted to do. If we bring them down, let's start the work now because we're already here. And like you said, start pushing a bit further and further out while the shuttle's doing the scan.
Yeah. But Venari turns back to the shuttle and bangs on the outside. He's like, "Kane, come on, hurry up in there."
I'm taking a piss.
Kevin, is someone making tea in your house? I think there's a whistle, and I don't know if it's coming from you or it's not from here.
No, I'm in the room. Hold on, let me mute it too.
I don't hear it while you're muted.
For a second, I was going to be like, "You're so cold. Just because he's in England doesn't mean he's making tea."
Yeah,
okay,
it does. It does.
So I'm back on. Is it making a noise now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's the headphones. Let me try it. I'll try to swap those out.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, because that'll be a nightmare to try to edit.
All right. Well, here's a dumb question. How many shuttles do we have?
I mean, that depends on what do you want to know? Not how many do you have.
Do we have
enough
one?
to blank?
Let's
just go with that.
Do we have enough that we could stay on the ground with a shuttle circling above us to kind of give us a heads up while also having more troops and or murder servitors being brought down to our location instead of having to do one or the other?
Yeah. I mean, you have at least, a handful or more transport shuttles for sure.
Okay.
I didn't want to be like, how many do we have? 1,000 shuttles that we can just crash into the ground and wipe this out? Yeah, I'm going to say no, you don't have that many. But yeah, you 100% can transport people down while you have a shuttle scanning if you want. Yeah, that's not a big deal.
All right, yeah. Whoa.
Okay, go ahead and say something, Kevin.
Okay, is that any better?
Yes.
Oh,
no
yes.
whistle.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'll just use my iPhone headphones. Hopefully the sound. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
You guys bang on the door. And you go to look for Kane. And you open the door. And his guns and armor are there. But he's taking his swords with him. And he's gone.
God damn it.
That's according to what Kane just said.
There was a note left.
He left a note. Look at my things. Goodbye.
Dear John.
So
Which one?
Yeah. So he looks back he finally goes in to because he doesn't come out and he sees the note and he comes back and says, "The fuck did he get past us? We've been standing out here the whole goddamn time."
Did he? Okay. Serious question. Said he left his armor behind. Did he?
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure he said that, yes.
Did he leave his shitty pants behind and take his good ones? Or did he take his shitty pants with him? Because if he left his shitty pants behind, I'm burning those things.
So
Literally.
Well, armor is not included in clothes, so I don't know what clothes he's left, but his guns and armor are there.
Son of a...
I was thinking you're gonna be like, I'm gonna wear that armor, which you can if you want. I don't know I don't remember what armor he has, but
I'm pretty sure we had the same exact armor.
That's not helping you.
No, not the armor. Yeah, no, I have flak armor. So did he, I think. So,
God damn it!
All right, but he left like his troops behind, though, right? Like it was just him.
Yeah,
like just he left. Okay,
yeah.
So
although roll a someone, I don't. It's up to you guys to decide who. Roll me a willpower against shit. Were these elite or regular? I think they're regular.
So let me give you this. I have Air of Authority. On a successful command test may affect 1d10 plus 2 NPCs.
Okay.
I am the captain.
Okay.
I can't make a willpower check for shit. Like, I'm at 30, but like I'd be like, look, motherfuckers, I don't know where Kane went, but...
Okay, I was going to have them roll a willpower test to see if that disheartens them, because they are his troops. However, if you notice, obviously, that the troops are like, where the fuck is our commander? You could make that Air of Authority test, command test, to then say, like, fuck, who fucking cares? I'm your fucking leader, actually. Get your shit together and get ready to fucking do this. So you can totally do that.
Okay. Who wants? So what are we rolling? Is it just a straight 40 for?
That's up to you. Do you want to roll them on the willpower, or do you just want to command them?
So I guess when he goes in and he's not there, well, quick retcon. So then he goes up like into the cockpit and he's like, "Where the fuck is Kane at?"
There, right? It's just his dudes.
His 5, like his core guard.
10, yeah. Which, okay, so his dudes.
I mean, some of them might be outside the shuttle too.
I would say, okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused as who's where. The 100 troops that you guys
on the Heretics Bane.
On the Heretics Bane will be disheartened if you do not. Well, may be disheartened if they fail their role, and be less effective in combat using them without the arch-militant who recruited them. I'm going to say because they're elite troops and they are Kane's kind of personal guard, either they perhaps know where he went or why he went, or are used to it, and or are so trained that they are not affected. The 10 are not affected.
Okay.
They are like, commander or no, like, we have a fucking job to do, and ultimately, like, whoever is next in charge tells me what the fuck to do, and we fucking kill that. So they are not a problem.
Well, the ones on the Heretic Bane don't know and don't need to know.
Well, yeah, so obviously we're not going to call them down yet. No.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, they would be more likely to be like, oh, wait, where's the general? And then instead it's like, no, the president's going to tell you what to do directly. And they're like, or like, where's the captain or the commander? And it's like, well, we've got the fucking Secretary of Defense to tell you what to do. And they're like, wait, this is fucked up. What happened to the guy that was leading us?
He's out scouting. Shut the fuck up.
So, there's a lot of ways you could deal with that. But yeah, I would say Kane's personal guard are less affected by that sort of issue. They are too well trained to let that affect their capabilities.
Okay. Well, so then I just, I don't yell at them, but I'm like, where the fuck did Kane go? Did he say anything to you?
They kind of just look at you and shrug.
God damn it. Keep your eyes peeled for him. I don't know where the hell he went. He left his shit here, and he just took his swords with him. So don't shoot him. If he comes running out of the fucking woods with something hot on his ass, now we're going to have to go find him.
salute. Roger that, Captain. You got our word. We'll keep an eye out. We'll keep our eyes peeled.
All right. And then he clomps down the ramp, and he's like, I mean, if we're going to send them up to scan, I mean, I guess we could have them try to scan for Kane, too. I don't know how tight a beam they're going to be able to get, all these trees and shit here.
I guess Captain, he'll be the one that shows up running the fastest the other way, so we'll be able to tell if we just do a generic scan of the area.
I guess so. I mean, it's more like a search and rescue now than it is a seek and destroy.
No search and rescue needed. It's in the hands of the God Emperor now. He's gone off to find himself. If the God Emperor chooses, he'll find himself. If not, we'll find him.
Or what's left of him.
Yeah. Either way works. We'll find him.
Fair. I guess we'll make sure we give him a proper burial then.
Cremation is preferable.
Wow, you're already just like, well, he did.
It's the God Emperor's will.
He's on a vision quest.
So the guys we brought with us, Kane recruited those guys. Do we want to bring him down still? I mean, we don't have to tell them that he's not here. We could say that he's out scouting a forward location.
Yeah, play it up. So maybe bring them down and just say, big up what Kane's doing, say he's taking it on himself to be the vanguard of securing the area, and he wants you guys to know that he's going out on his own because he's on a mission, and you guys don't fuck up and don't fail him. Maybe, big it up that way. Just say, he's got the God Emperor running through him, and we couldn't stop him, so he's out, trying to do his best. So let's go see what we can do. Kind of play it up that way.
Yeah, Jarnan got him fired up with the light of the God Emperor.
Exactly. Yeah. So play it up. Yeah.
He's have to prove himself against one of those giant creatures with just his swords to prove that he's really a man after shitting his pants after seeing one.
All right, so I guess the Venari jumps on the comm, calls into the bridge. He says, get those troops prepped, get them on shuttles, bring them down. We're going to cordon this area and have them ready to go. And then we'll get when they land, we'll get the other shuttle up in the air to run scans ahead and see what he turns up, what they can turn up, if anything.
Sounds good.
Okay. They get a Roger that on the comms. You have a shuttle inbound. Well, a few shuttles inbound with your soldiers or recruits. And then you have the shuttle start doing sweeps. And although that brings me to the question, are they doing the scans or are one of you on the shuttle doing the scans? Because it will be a scrutiny test.
I'm assuming we stay on the ground with the 100 dudes and we send Kane's crack guys up in the other shuttle. Does that sound feasible?
Sure. So you're rolling against a 40 scrutiny on augury tests.
Ooh, am I rolling? I tell them not to fuck it up before they leave.
I don't know who's rolling. One of you guys is rolling.
All right, I'll roll. I poke my head in the cockpit. I'm like, don't fuck this up. Kane is out there and we don't want to lose him. 38.
All right. Shuttle starts doing sweeps. The 100 guys, it does take time, obviously, to get shuttles from orbit down to the planet, but the sweep finishes up as the guys are landing. You get some scans. As far as it looks like, there are sort of a scattered few, let's say, you can see sort of what you would assume are hunting packs of the chimeras. And then there's what looks to be, from your scans, a much larger creature, at least two of them, in what you might assume would be some sort of at the edge of sort of a rocky kind of cliff, some sort of, layer of some sort or nest, with significantly larger creatures than the chimeras. The chimeras are kind of more hunting packs, sort of like each has its own territory. And then there's sort of at least some sort of layer of larger, you assume to be predators. You don't know.
Are they close enough where it's something that we have to take care of because it will affect, the area we're trying to clear out, or is it far enough away that it'll take days for them to come? I'm trying to think, how far away is it? Something we need to worry about in the next day, next hour, or can we plead ignorance and say, we thought they were far enough away that they weren't a risk to
that particular sort of outcrop is an important mineral vein.
Okay.
So if you left it, you might get yelled at or lose money. That's something you would want to clear. The predatory bands, you could potentially find other solutions for. That all depends on, how creative you are. But yeah, so definitely something you want to take care of. I don't know. We would have to find out whether your guys alone could take this sort of the nest type creature, but the roaming bands, perhaps you would get some sort of bonus against knowing their fighting tactics, since you have fought them.
Now, were the roving bands still within the area that we were supposed to clear? And I'm assuming that the two large predators were definitely located.
The two large ones are 100% like like they're in one of the veins that are going to be mined.
Okay.
The other ones are, you don't know their territory. There are, let's say, 3 other packs of chimeras. It looks like to you, like a 4, a 3, and a 3 group pack at the moment. Whether their territory is entirely within what you're supposed to be clearing is questionable.
Okay.
One of them is certainly close enough. The other 2, you don't know. You haven't scanned. It's not like you're tracking them to see if they're like moving in and out of territory, or if there's a way to, push them out of the territory. If there's a way to, scare them away or lure them away or somehow whatever. I don't know. It doesn't look like any of them are near the larger predators area, though. There seems to be a pretty large swath that's empty of large predators around the craggy area where that likely nest is.
So Venari looks at the other 2 and he's like, "You think there's any way we can drive the closer pack towards those larger predators? Like, it would either, if it works, it'll be great. If it doesn't work, we're fucked." Because, based on the scan, it looks like they're probably steering clear. And that makes sense that, the pack hunters probably trying to stay away from that area. They didn't seem to be too put off by our weapons, though. I mean, they didn't run when we shot them, so I don't know how well that would work.
So the contract of what the resources they're going to be taking out, is this inanimate resources or is this natural resources? Is it more mining or is it?
It's mining. It's
Okay,
a mining
so
operation.
timber harvesting.
Mining, like straight up, like I believe. Oh, I don't remember if I said rare earth metals, but it was kind of like rare earth.
I think you did.
Not like steel, or not steel. That's an alloy. It's not like iron. It's like rare earth metals that are required for repair of, like, essentially like advanced technologies that tech priests are the only ones that really know how to use that, or what they need, but they know they need them. So yeah, it's not, like giant, it's not like coal mining or anything, but yeah, it's significantly important and rare valuable minerals / metals.
So, Captain, I'm guessing we can maybe let Jarnan loose and try to start burning any kind of vegetation and try to drive the chimeras to these other unidentified, the bigger things. Like you said, they're obviously staying away from that, but if we're not worried about timber harvesting or vegetation, let's try to just start torching everything and see if we can get the chimeras to go head towards the other two things near the outcrop.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I'm sure Jarnan would love to start burning some stuff.
I would love to start burning some stuff. However, Captain, if I may make a suggestion, use a tactic we used to use in the cities to flush out heretics from their holes.
Go on.
We don't even need to do anything. Have the shuttle drop down on the opposite side of them, of the direction in which we want them to go, and just roar the engines. They will run away from such a loud noise and such a big thing. And then if we want, we can kind of sit off to the side. Typically what we would do is we would have a shuttlecraft come in, kind of do a flyover, force them one way, and we would just, have 6 or so flamethrowers just sitting there, just roaring to life as they came running out of the doors. Might be able to use such a tactic here. Get them to, stampede right towards those predators. Just let them do their work for us.
And we could just go in and mop up the rest. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while, the God Emperor kind of throws an idea in this old head of mine.
Well, and we thank him for that.
Every day.
So he goes over, he grabs, rounds up some of the shuttle pilots, then explains Jarnan's plan. He gets say 3 shuttles up, splits off. I'm sure in that 100 dudes, there's guys with flamers in that group. I'm sure we have a variety of.
Yeah, sure. Well, give me a.
We're all just like last pistol infantry guys. I just assumed it could be a variety of.
I always thought they had basically like last guns, but
That's fair.
We could have some of my underlings come down with their flamethrowers to just start, spouting flame out the side of the shuttle.
Like without specifically saying like, oh, we want flamer troops. I assume everyone had basically like last gun, not pistols, but like last guns or auto guns, basically.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Would Jarnan's underlings then have flamers that we could like generically, like, oh, the acolytes have?
I mean, I would say since he's such a fan.
Well, no, that was actually one of the things that we purchased a couple sessions ago when we all made purchases. I purchased flamers for my guys.
Yeah. So his guys of the fire brigade were the opposite of what a fire brigade is.
That's like a Fahrenheit
451.
451 fire brigade, you know?
Yeah.
So
Get these books out of here.
So he says to Jarnan, then, do we want to send some of your acolytes with the troops on the ground as support on the sides, as you say?
Well, do you want them on the ground or do you want them in the shuttles?
Well, if the noise and the heat and flame of the shuttle is supposed to drive them, we can, further manipulate those movements with them on the ground, no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that'll actually work pretty well. Especially do it, 2 or 3 flamethrowers all point in the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
Cause a mighty big flame.
So how many guys do you have?
Like a dozen?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's like everyone basically, if they want, can have. What the fuck? Oh, King pops his head out of the bush. Surprise! I'm out. Yeah, everyone can basically have a 10-person kind of personal guard. Well, I would say probably not Venari since he has you guys, unless you say it, and then I'm not sure if Ennis would necessarily have
troops or anything.
Troops of I've got my 10 crack pilots. Now, I guess if you really said, I would let you argue you would have 10 crack pilots if there were a dogfight situation. You might have that, but there's less likely that you have ground troops. But
yeah, they fly in the shuttles for us.
Yeah, but so clearly Clank Kane has his sort of military guard, and then you have acolytes, but everyone else doesn't really, I guess, have the same.
I have a bunch of mechanics and grease monkeys, I guess. That would be the equivalent.
And I have these guys, so.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you probably wouldn't have a personal guard because you've got the people with personal guards guarding you.
Yeah. So do we want to split up put 3 guys with flamers in 2 groups, so 3 and 3, and then split those 100 troops up to 50 and 50? So we'll run the center, and we'll put on both flanks flamers and other troops just to kind of manipulate those things as they're running, assuming this works. And then have the shuttles up top, firing off the engines to blast them forward. And then if they start to veer, the guys with the flamers force them back in the direction we want.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I mean, theoretically, that's a thing, but these things are likely significantly faster than you guys. So once they start running, I'm not sure you would realistically be able to control their movement without some other vehicle. Their movement is 12 at a walk.
Oh, Jesus.
24 at a run. So if they're panicking and they go the full 72, there's no way your folks are going to be able to drive that unless you've set up some sort of fucking fire, kill box style, funnel that you're funneling. But
yeah.
it would be very, you don't have enough guys. This is kilometers of territory. So you could probably force them theoretically in a direction, just whether they would go that way. Who knows?
I feel like they would probably veer off because they would know, oh shit, we're not supposed to be here, in that instinctual something bigger is gonna fucking eat us level.
Yeah, I mean that's not a poor assumption.
Yeah.
It's unlikely that they would encroach on known dangerous territory versus retreating to something they knew were open.
Yeah.
Unless you have a way that you want to corral, I guess you can corral one group and then the others theoretically but yes, they are fast. So I don't want to like say like no. I prefer to yes and, but there is some level of like, imagine if you were trying to like scare a bunch of horses into a particular direction. Once they start running and your guys are there, how are you gonna over 3 miles keep horses in a straight line?
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, shit.
Well, I mean, the shuttles could probably keep up with them at least to kind of like keep forcing them away. And maybe.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just thinking maybe get these guys to go towards the predators and maybe send a shuttle on the other side of the predators to get the predators to go and then meet in the middle. Granted, that's also trying to drive 2 groups now at the same time, and the chances of actually them meeting in the middle are probably
I'm going to scare these wildebeest down this channel and then scare these lions into them.
Yeah. No.
So I guess we really need to see what is around. So I think you said it was like an outcrop where the 2 maybe bigger life forms are. I guess maybe we really need to scope out what's there, and then we can set up either a defense or an attack from there. If it looks like they're on a cliff edge, and then it's open to us, and then there's a cliff edge behind them, then we can see if we try to set up something there, or if it's just like a big outcrop that they're in and there's lots of land around it. So maybe the first thing is to check what the hell is going on over there first, where they're at, and then we can come up with a plan, because it seems like it's going to be like herding cats trying to send these other the chimeras or whatever else is over towards them.
I mean, It's not a terrible idea. I like the ingenuity, but I have to enforce some sort of like, that'd be really hard. Actually, like, this is animals.
Yeah, super fast animals.
Yeah, like real fast ones. Like they're real fast. They're basically giant. Like
fucking cheetahs.
Skull head cheetahs with fucking double claws on their chest. Like they're fucking creepy and crazy, but yeah, like they're unlikely to be and they're like, gigantic. So technically enormous, but by game standard.
All right. Well, what if we pile in a shuttle, head out to the outcropping, see if we can get eyes on these things, see what the lay of the land is. Yeah. And maybe we could take these 2 things out if we keep a shuttle on station. I mean, they did help us with the chimeras, so, I mean, it is a little extra firepower.
Yeah. Yeah, just to see what's going on there first, and then we can decide what the best plan of attack is. Yeah,
because if the chimeras are passing through, like we killed 1 group in the area, so the other ones may have ranges close to where we are, but not necessarily here.
Coming across, yeah.
But those whatever the big things are definitely where we need to clear for sure. So maybe we should get up there, get eyes on that, and then reevaluate and see what we want to do.
Agreed.
All right. So instead, then Venari will tell the 100 guys, along with their, shuttle crews, to be at the ready, to wait here by the river. And the 4 of us or the 3 of us will jump on our shuttle with Kane's crew and head over to where the rocky prominence is and see what we can see.
Okay. Yeah. You get in a shuttle. You start flying over. Again, it's not entirely. I mean, the river kind of cuts that way, right? And then you have the jungle area that you're looking to clear, and kind of at the northern boundary of that, you start getting sort of more of a mountainous area where the jungle kind of starts slowly kind of fading a little bit into more kind of rocky terrain, and then it's fairly large mountain a few thousand feet total, you would assume. Our scans would say. So it's not like Rocky Mountains size, but like definitely sizable rocky outcrops that start building up around sort of that northern border. And the area you saw the life forms is, I mean, it's basically like, a massive, not like a bored hole or anything, but like, a hollowed out hole in the side of the mountain that kind of goes down inside and is dark.
So Venari kind of like, he's, sort of leaning at the door and looking, his head back in, and he's like, that does not look good at all.
Is it big enough to send some bombs down?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty big. I mean, we don't have
anything on us.
Yeah, ordnance on the shuttle.
Yeah. Is it big enough for the shuttle to go into? I mean, I don't know if I want to go be tromping around. If we can fly in.
No. And if you wanted to, I mean, yeah, you'd be like flying a, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know, like a ping pong ball through a drain pipe. It ain't that big. This isn't like Star Wars where you're like into a giant. But yeah, like, it would be uber dangerous. You could certainly try it, but you may be more likely to just explode.
The piloting rolls would be fast and furious.
The piloting rolls would be significantly higher than challenging. Because, I mean, I don't even know, like, I didn't even think about that, but it would be hard. And the problem is these don't fly like, I mean, they do hover, but, I mean, you could maybe go real slow. So I'm thinking like, I was trying to think like normal shuttles, maybe not, but like, you probably don't want like, if you went real slow, maybe, but if you need to make any evasive maneuvers, that's going to be super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. So we don't have eyes on the creatures. We can't tell how big they are. I mean, if they're bigger than the chimeras, it's pretty fucking big.
Yep.
I don't know that the three of us want to take on two huge creatures.
Probably have to get some more information about what we're dealing with, though. So I don't know if that's just, setting up a stake outside just to see if anything comes out, or sending. Do we have remote viewing stuff we can send in? Just send it down so we can get some images back, or does that have to be, can that be sent in, or does it have to be walked in or carried in? I guess that would be the thing. We need to see what's inside of there. Either to see what's inside of there, or we just hang out, wait outside, and see if anything comes out.
Yeah, I don't know how long we can just like stay hovering. I mean, theoretically, we would have picked recorders on the ship. Like, that's a fairly common item, right?
Yeah, it's a camera.
I think everybody has one, yeah. But that's what I mean. Does it have to be on someone that goes in, or do we have any that we could send in?
Well, I think like we could probably set one up like a trail cam, right? I mean, we could just set one there to see what comes out.
Mm.
And at least we could see what it is. I don't know how much that helps us. Large predator is large predator, regardless of what it looks like, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know if it would actually scare you more. I don't know. I mean, if you do that, I definitely have a picture I can show you, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would be better or worse to know. I don't know if that's scarier looking than a chimera, other than being bigger. But
I mean, we wouldn't be shocked then, right? Like, so would it? I mean, outside of character then. So if we got a picture of it or video of it, when we then encountered it, if we went to go fight it, would there not be a fear check involved? Then be like, oh, okay, we know exactly what we're getting into. It's not like brrr comes flying out of the hole. Like everybody's like, oh shit.
I'm looking at. Wait. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me look. I don't know if I actually gave the Chimera the demonic traits. I don't think I did. Yeah. If you got a camera, yeah. If you had a recording of it, yeah, I would say in this case it's a natural creature. So like if it were a demon or something, getting a picture of it may not help when you actually are in front of it. But in this case, yeah, I would say if you get a picture of it and you have a video of what it looks like, you would probably be less terrified. So you probably could negate a fear check. Sure.
Okay.
That would make sense. If you've seen it, you're not surprised. Like, oh shit. You're like, oh, okay, I know what I'm going up against. We're ready. So sure.
Yeah. All right, so do we want to get a camera down there? And do you think... So I don't know how they're exactly planning on mining this. Could we pinpoint with the Heretics Bane, like... I mean, if they're underground, we could just be locking it in and making things worse when they eventually get out here. But... I'm wondering if we could have them like zero on the location, and like when they come running out, just like fucking blast them with the ship. Like even if it crushes that, like even if it collapses that cave, Venari would be less concerned about how they're going to excavate. If the working theory is that there's two. And we can draw them out and just have the Heretics Bane like orbital bombardment this location.
I mean, I'd have to like do some searching, but I'd have to like look like essentially you're saying you want to shoot something from
space.
From like space at like things running out of a cave. And want to hit that. Now, I mean, if you're just glassing like the whole fucking 12 kilometers, theoretically, yes, if they were flushed out, that would work. I don't know. That one is up to you, whether you think your employers would like you to literally obliterate everything in that radius. But saying like, I'm going to shoot macro batteries from space to hit these two things running out of a cave would be kind of like, shooting a nuclear missile out of the sky, regardless of what people say on our defense mechanism. It's like shooting a bullet with a bullet. Like, oh, someone shot that rifle, shoot it! Shooting a bullet that someone else just shot. That's going to be tough unless you just say, like, fuck it, I had a fucking, flak grenade explode or like a flak shell explode and knock the bullet out of the air. You could fucking hit a large enough territory. Sure, probably. Now, whether they're flushed out, but again, that's like minutes, right? Like it's like minutes to go from space to like the ground.
Yeah. See, I didn't know if they could like if we... So if the pic recorder has like a transmitting feature, so where we could see it, like a trail camera. So like if you got Wi-Fi or whatever in a trail camera, and you can kind of watch it. So if they could lock in on the signal of the recorder, so like, okay, it's here in front of the cave. Okay, the things are running out. Like I don't like what you say. Like how instantaneous is it for them to shoot like the lance at a specific location? Like I don't know if they even could. That's why I asked the question. Like I don't know if that's
a lance. You cannot. A lance is not. That is not like it's literal like orbital bombardment with like it's
just macro cannons.
Like macro cannon, World War II style, just fucking shoot shit and hope you hit enough to kill things. Like it is not a precision laser weapon that hits a spot. Like, that's not really what you have. Even if you were like an Inquisitor ship that's used to that, I mean, they literally are, it's basically just dropping nukes where you're just like, go boom, 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 everything's gone. So there's no like zap instantaneous thing.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Sorry, I feel like I say no in this game too much. Like,
that's all right. We get plenty of yes in the fear game.
yeah, I feel like I say yes too much in fear and no too much in this. But like, I want to keep it at least somewhat. Like, most of your fear shit isn't like insane. Like, there's no way that could happen. These, I'm like, that'd be really hard. I mean, you could try it.
Yeah.
But there's a risk of literally having to like. I mean, if they were out doing whatever, and you said fire, and they didn't go back in within 5 minutes, sure, but it's going to be like, then it's literally got to be like, you can't orbitally bombard 100-meter square. It's a kilometer by a kilometer, fucking just wipe everything, and even then it's probably more scattered than that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a precision move. It's a, fuck it, just get rid of everybody kind of move.
All right.
So we hold that in our back pocket just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, you certainly could. Now, I mean, I guess minerals probably don't get destroyed by that, but you could probably fuck up where things are or how they're mining it, but that's, it's still probably, it wouldn't negate your whole contract or anything. It just may not be super stoked that you were like, well, if we wanted you to glass it, we would have just fucking done that ourselves. We just hire someone to fucking drop nukes on the thing.
Yeah, I figure that's not the way to go. Like, I'm trying to balance a rogue trader's greed against, like, we're going to build a base here that they're paying for. So we kind of have to, like, sort of kid glove this a little bit.
Yeah, glassing the thing, I'm not going to make you roll, like, a commerce test or some sort of lore test. There's a good goddamn chance if you just orbitally bombard their mining area, probably gonna not build you a base. They're probably not. They might pay you something because it's a contract, but they sure as shit are not gonna keep paying you or have you protect that, because they'll be like, what if some fucking shit comes up? You're just gonna fucking bombard. You're gonna blow our mining shit up, because like if you go from 0 to 11. They're like, did you even try to kill the things? No, we just fucking bombarded it because we were scared of them. Like, they're not going to like that at all, for sure. So glassing it, you will lose something, I'll tell you that. Now, if you have a really clever way of doing it, sure, but it's still going to destroy some. It's just how much.
Well, if we just want to get them out into the open, why not just toss a couple of grenades in where they are? Scare them out. At least then we'd have a better idea of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that for sure. I mean, I don't think they'll travel far. Like, if this is where they're holed up, like, even if they come running out, I don't think they'll go far. Like, they'll come back here. I mean, we could certainly try that.
Well, if we toss a couple grenades in there and then kind of close up the entrance so they can't run back in there, maybe they'll move and settle in a new area, and then this area is clear of them for the mining to take place.
Yeah, the only problem is we don't know what else is in there. And I kind of feel like we should get eyes down there to see, if they have eggs or some shit. And then they like open it up and they're like, cool, we're going to start mining. And then like 30 of these things come running out. That's probably not going to go well for us.
Well, we could always close up enough that they can't get in, but they're a hell of a lot bigger than we are. We could always go in and explore the area once we get them out and keep them out.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, you got to flush. I guess the key thing is to see what the hell we're dealing with first. At least, maybe not antagonize them so we're entangled with them, but we need to know what they are, what their sentience or anything like that. We got to figure out what the hell it is. So is it just I guess to mix metaphors, is it just, is it a dragon level, that's actually sentient, or is it just, big, huge monster kind of thing? So, yeah, I think maybe trying to flush them out and see what it is.
All right. Can we drop the shuttle down to the level of where the opening is, and then just have the door gunner like fire a handful of rounds in there, let them rattle around? Like if it's just a cave and we can't see the end, then they're like literally right there, so we could potentially hit them. If it's like a whole complex, throwing a grenade or whatever might not, shush them out anyway. So if we could just like kind of like hover down, have the door gunner fire off, a dozen rounds into the cave entrance, and then pop back up, and then see if anything comes running. Because that last rounds are going to go a lot farther than we're going to pitch a grenade, and they're still relatively loud. And then if they're bouncing around inside the cave,
sure, yeah. I mean, you can do that. Yeah, there's no reason not to. Yeah. All
right, so I clap the guy on the shoulder. I'm like, all right, bring her down, and I yell out to the door gunner. I'm like, give him a welcome.
All right, you guys fire off a round of last cannon rounds.
Yeah, like it does, like it's full auto. So he's just like, bah, 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 bah.
Okay, sure.
Can I just say this is like the Warhammer version of I cast light on a rock and throw it in there?
Wow, that's sad. All right. You fire the rounds off and hear a... So who's on? Are you guys on the shuttle?
It's the three of us and then Kane's crew, if they all fit in that shuttle. I don't know if he brought all 10 or if he just brought 5. I kind of feel like he only brought 5 guys down, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know if he brought... I thought he brought all, maybe not.
It could be all of them. There's got to be at least 3, pilot, co-pilot, and a gunner.
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, you guys are on the shuttle or not. All right. You guys...
I would say we would have stayed on the shuttle if the shuttle's still moving around and shit.
I
would say we would have stayed on the shuttle.
Yeah, because I don't think we've landed yet or anything. We've just been hovering around.
Yeah. Okay. Fire off. Crack, 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 crack. You hear a really low roar. And sort of slowly through the darkness, you see...
Fly up.
No, we went up. I explicitly said we fire off some rounds and then get back.
How do I share screen?
And a spray of acid just misses.
Yeah. All right. There you go. So...
Ooh.
That you see a very large one of those sort of gray, for the listening audience.
It kind of looks like a bat, but so it has like a bat face, but like it's the size of a bear, but like 10 times.
Yeah, but like way bigger than the
size
size of a bear. Yeah, like a super huge bear. Like a bat bear that's like the size of a building. Kind of. My shit is all kinds of fucking locked up, so I'm going to try to stop sharing that.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like, how tall is that thing?
That's a great question. It is... I mean, technically... I'm gonna fudge it because they switched the sizes. So I'm gonna. It's basically like. Yeah, I mean it's like. I don't know, like 20 feet tall. It's like fucking huge. I mean, it's a giant hulking beast. So like, probably Rancor size. someone's going to kill me because that is not technically probably what that actual size is, because technically a chimera is bigger with enormous for some reason than hulking. But yeah, so it's basically like a giant rat, bat, bear creature that's fucking really mean looking, and it roars like violently at the shuttle. And you guys did not get a picture of it, so I'm going to need a fear test. Minus 20 to will. I believe that's how that works. Let me double check.
Minus 20?
Let me double check, because I think that's how the fear trait works.
Fuck you, I rolled a 3. Oh, 3.
Wow. That's pretty nice. Yeah, because it's a trait. Let me double check, because I still forget some of this shit for enemies. But I believe a fear level effect of 2 is a negative 20, I think. I'm getting there. It might be a negative 10, so don't quote me just yet. I'm not Googling. I'm searching this fucking thing. Oh my god. Come on, Rogue Trader. Why is there literally fear is like in this book like 1,000 times? Let me just go to the fear mechanic. I'm dumb. Sorry, audience, if we have any at the moment. Do we still have Sky Jarnan? Hey, I'm Jarnan, man. It's a negative 10. So, willpower, negative 10.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so, Venari, again, not affected. You are fucking steely as fuck. Sounds like Jarnan's okay.
Yeah, thanks to Unshakable Faith, I got to re-roll my fucking 87 and got a 35 instead.
Nice.
So I got 19 out of 28.
Nice!
Damn. God, you guys don't give a fuck.
We were ready. Those
Kane's
chimeras, that was it. That fucked us up. So now we're like, fuck all this shit.
Yeah, Kane's not here to bring us down with his bad mojo.
Big and scary, but not scary enough for you to pee your pants.
So he's like,
you hear from like the jungle, Kane. Oh my God!
I just changed my pants.
You hear retching sounds.
Sorry, Jesse.
So Venari, so he sees the thing coming and he just like grits his jaw and he's like, "Come around, shoot at it."
Okay.
And he runs up next to the door gunner, like he fucking braces himself. It's just like, bada.
Okay. Wow, I don't have stats for a shuttle. God, what do I... Well, I mean, the shuttle's going to use an auto laze? What's that? Heavy laze? Whatever the fucking automatic version of a laze cannon, like the mounted laze cannon, whatever that's called.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I have to look this up.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume we're more than 20 meters away from this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to assume you're not close, right?
No, I mean, we don't need to be. I mean, any kind of firearm is going to be, except for like the Inferno pistols, the plasma pistol. Oh, I guess I actually can't shoot it. I have a plasma pistol.
I'm going to assume you're using the man-portable las cannon, which is essentially like the auto gun, or like the minigun version of a laser.
But the rate of fire on that's only single.
Yeah, that's really weird, right?
Maybe it would be like a heavy stubber.
Yeah, I think a heavy stubber will work. Yeah,
or even an auto gun. If you want to dial it way back, it could be an auto gun. The pen on that is 0 with a 30-round clip, so it'd be like the equivalent of like a las gun, like an M60 kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking like it depends on. It would seem weird is it your guys or your shuttle outfitted with this? Because I thought it was the shuttle.
I think it's the shuttle.
Because the shuttle itself would probably have like the heavy stubber, right? It's like when you have like a helicopter with like the fucking chain gun shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I think a heavy stubber makes sense, but we're going to do the Ursid model just so you don't have 200 rounds loaded up. Sure. But it's going to be challenging because you're moving.
Sure.
So let me get your... you can definitely fire.
I yell at them to shoot it, so they're getting a +10.
Okay. Although, oh shit, it's got like size advantage to hit it. So you guys may actually do pretty well at pinging this thing with a fucking automatic gun. God damn it. Combat. I should learn this system better since I've been playing it for, well, we only play it once a month.
Enormous or massive?
It's hulking, technically, but
so
we're gonna go with enormous because that's actually bigger. So I'm gonna say it's enormous.
Okay, so that's +20. They're shooting full auto, so that's +20, +15, +10. Fuck.
Yeah, +10, right?
I can't remember.
Right? No, it's not.
No, really think
auto, I believe, is no. I don't think full audio is a bonus. You get extra hits, but I think it's harder to actually.
Well, no, because semi is like 10. I'm pretty sure. So bad at games. God damn it.
Heavy weapons require 2 ammo that have already been braced.
And full auto burst. The attacker makes a ballistics test +20 bonus.
Yeah, all right. Well, okay, +20.
So that's +40. Actually, that's +50 because they got my 10.
Are we flying like straight up away from this thing, or kind of like at like an angle-ish?
So I'm assuming, so like, here's the hole. We flew down, so we're like parallel to it. We go up. It comes running out, and then Venari's like circle around to bring the gun back to bear. So we're kind of like at an angle-ish as he kind of like loops back around to like just pump a fuck ton of rounds into it.
I think that kind of movement counts as hard. I'm not going to give you like very hard for that, but I'm going to say hard. So a negative 20. So you'd have to give it a +30.
Okay. And then they're at 40, right? So 70?
Sure.
Jesus. Are you rolling or am I rolling? Or somebody else?
Your guys.
All right. 56.
Okay.
So 1 degree of success, so 1 extra hit then?
Correct.
And what? I closed the book. Was it 1d10 + 5?
Yep. Pen 3.
So I rolled a 4, which would be 9. And then, so a 9 pen 3. And then 6 + 5 is 11 pen 3.
Okay, 9 pen 3 and 11 pen 3. So that's going to be...
And it was a 56, so that's a 65, which is probably body. Yeah, it's body.
Okay. And that's based on toughness is your toughness bonus is what it reduces, right?
Yes.
All right, so...
I'm assuming it's not armored.
Not with armor.
Yeah, I don't. It didn't look chitinous, so.
9 pen 3, okay, and 11 pen 3?
Yes.
You don't think it does not look like it did anything. It looked like it just fucking bounced off it.
That's not good.
It looked like its skin is unnaturally thick and tough. So it's not chitinous, but it's fucking like the bullets do not seem to do anything at that point.
We're still flying backwards or away.
Or
right?
it didn't. If it did penetrate, it didn't look like it mattered at all. Like it didn't notice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do something. Let's see. You guys are shit. What's the leaping? I'm gonna see how far something can jump.
God damn
It's
it.
gonna be fun. What are the jumping rules? Because I feel like I gotta know what jumping.
I feel like I'm on Skull Island.
Very much like that. You want to know where the jumping rules are? It's probably under athletics, right? Dead air. Edit this out. Here's some editing. I'm going to drop some editing rap. Edit this, John. This is garbage. No one wants to hear my bullshit. Edit some more. Keep deleting. God damn it. I should know rules, but I don't.
I think we should keep this in because that is like epic level rapping.
Base jump is usually strength bonus times, well, at least for characters. What is it? SB times 20. Is that CM?
Wait, is that okay? Wait, vertically or horizontally? If the character is engaged in melee, oh God, see movement. This other page. Yeah. Because this thing, I'm really worried might actually be able to fucking grab you. It's entirely possible. Jumping and leaping, guys. Standing vertical jump. Well, that'd be more of a running vertical jump. In meters.
What's half move, right? So, like, base jump for me is half of my full move for a base leap. But I don't know if that's straight up or not because it says base jump is 60. Which is.
What?
Well, it says 60, so it's strength bonus times 20 centimeters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't seem like very much at all.
Oh, so it's 60 centimeters?
But I think that's for player carry. That's for
It's like 2 feet. Right? 60 centimeters is like it's like 60% of a meter, so a meter is about 3 feet.
Dude, rogue traders can't jump. What the fuck?
Maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it can jump that high. If jump is just yours, if it's your strength bonus
times
20 centimeters, all right?
Yeah, but that's for, like I said, that's for humans, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's also base leap, which is strength bonus times 1 meter.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell the difference between a leap and a jump is. I'm not going to lie. But
I'm assuming jump is if you just, like, if you're trying to jump up and grab the rim, maybe.
Jump is up and down. Leap is horizontal.
Like if you're moving to go do a dunk while you're in a play, or the base jump is you're just standing underneath the hoop trying to grab the rim.
I think this is why I played hockey.
On skates.
Yeah, that's still pretty. That's not far enough. Okay.
Wait, jump or leap. Full action character can jump vertically or leap horizontally if the character is engaged in melee. That's not helpful.
Yeah, I'm looking. It says a character can jump up to reach an overhead ledge that is as high as your own height plus 1 meter for an average arm length plus another half a meter for the average standing jump. No test required. So if this thing is 20 feet tall plus another, well, 20 feet's like 6 meters. Let's just say 18 feet. 6 meters plus it would get another 6 meters plus a half. So that would be 15 meters without any jump test it could reach. But you're higher than that. But I don't think you can jump that high still. Okay. I don't think you can jump that high. I really wanted to jump and fucking take
Well, here, let me try to help you. So could it like start to climb the side of the fucking thing and then launch itself off the side of the mountain with the helicopter? I mean, we would just continue to climb, but like, so we shoot it, it turns around and it like fucking runs at the wall, starts climbing. I'm like, no, up, higher, higher.
I still feel like it's going to be... Well, it has a pretty good climb. Yeah. Let's do that, actually, because that's going to be really fun.
Faster, because as soon as it turned around to climb, I'd be like, you know, get us the fuck out of here. But, you know.
But I will have to make you... Okay, I need to go get something to drink, but I'm going to make you do a contested climbing versus piloting check.
Fair.
To see if you can pull up fast enough. But I am so thirsty. I'm going to go grab a soda real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to jump off.
Edit this out. Here's an edit this out rap. John, edit this out. I need a soda because, man, I'm thirsty as Yoda. All right, man. I'm out. Coke Zero, bitches. Don't be snitches. That's a rap. That's not a rap. Don't. This isn't the end. Okay, I'll be back.
All right, I'll be right back to that.
Okay. So much editing. So it's just me. So I'm going to sit here. My fucking air conditioner's broken, and I live in Arizona, which is, I can't even, it's like 1,000,000 fucking degrees in my house right now. So super fun. Love all of that. I feel like Venari is not useful. Jesse's timestamping. Thank you. Not very useful in this scenario. It is like Shades of Day Trippers all over again, where like we should probably do something, but I don't really know what we should be doing. I mean, I don't have a loincloth, so Jesse, I'm not sweating nearly. He says, you're not sweating nearly as much as I thought you'd be. I glisten. I don't really sweat. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. This is what I need to spend like hundreds of dollars now to fix my air conditioner in the middle of the fucking summer. Or end of summer, I guess, as the case may be, but it's still like close to 100 degrees in Arizona, so, you know, there's that. Great. Now my parents are coming to pick up my kid because she's not going to sleep in the house because it's literally like 1,000,000 degrees. Ay, ay, ay. So edit. I'm going to put all this stuff at the end.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
This episode brought to you by thermos can koozie thing that really keeps your sodas colder than normal. Thermos, give us your money.
It's brought to us by Birds of a Feather Coffee.
That's right. Buy Legends Brew. Look for that link as soon as I post it tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow.
It's going to happen because I made it while we were waiting for some jerk that didn't even show up.
Didn't show up.
Who's...
Well, he showed up and then realized he shit his pants and ran off into the jungle.
We should probably talk about that off. We should probably talk about the entire conversation off of air, but if you're going to edit this, but I'm like, do you really want to kill your character? But anyway.
No, that was his decision. He has to be responsible for his own actions.
I mean, his will. I mean, it just
Maybe.
so happens you guys have fought a lot of shit that's like scary.
It's a good thing he's not with us. He would have failed his test and jumped out of the fucking shuttle.
Yeah, they've been really sad about it. And
One minute, guys. 1 second.
I feel kind of bad that he failed his will tests, but I don't. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Willpower is important for fear.
But that's like a dump stat. It's like charisma.
I know. Everyone dumps it, and then.
Fuck you. I have a 50 willpower and a 50 fellowship, bitches.
Well, you're the only one.
I'm telling you, man, my psyker is all will based. So
I figured a priest should be friendly and have willpower. I don't know.
Yeah, you get a lot of good shit for priest stuff, like the lack of fear tests, and like I have jaded for my psyker, so I'm never afraid of anything that's not demonic, basically.
Yeah, I'm very weak physically, so I'm just trying to build up my mental acuities. Like I'm resistant to psychic tech, fear.
Came back.
I don't get corruption. And
to be fair, you are very like, your whole thing is like, like you believe so much in the Emperor protecting you that you're like, I'm not afraid of any of this shit. Like, I know he's got my back, and he's fucking God, basically. So like,
and if he wants me to die, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna burn everything before I do.
Yeah.
Blaze of glory.
He's like one of those bad superhero villains. He's got like normal size head and then like huge fucking brain for all the willpower.
We just fought a mutated psyker that looked just like that in our other game. And our crusader impaled him with a double-handed sword straight through the head. It's pretty sweet. He didn't even get to act. Yeah, we haven't really had any problems. The New Dark Heresy, 2nd edition, tell you what.
Well, I mean,
way more forgiving than 1st edition.
I don't really think you can willpower a sword out of your head.
No, he didn't see it coming. We had for the one time we did an actual stealth mission. Somehow all of us passed all of our stealth checks and literally killed 3 people with no sound whatsoever, and then opened a door to like the roof, and our crusader just jumped from the 2nd floor onto him, like straight down. Basically, we narrated that because he literally hit a head roll and did like 40 damage or something, because he had like a righteous fury plus something. Like he has the double-handed sword does 2d10 plus 5 or something. So wow. he literally just was like, and the guy had no armor. He was just in robes. He was a psyker. He just we basically said he just like straight just was like, you're done.
So. Like shades of Tad. Oh, I should have gave that thing armor, huh?
Yeah, it was like, ooh, I didn't anticipate that you would attack this guy with absolutely all surprise round. But it worked out. We'll see what happens in the next game. But do you want to? Okay, moment of silence so John can get his editing. Okay, we're gonna do this climbing test versus your ships. I mean, again, this is so hand waving for there to be action, because I mean, you could probably just do whatever and outrun this thing. Technically, it's climbing fast. So we're going to do contested or opposed rolls. If you get more than 2 above it, so you're at 20 meters. I'll say you're at 20 meters. He's at 0. So okay, you got a basically a +2 head start. If by the time it's at the top of the cliff, which let's say it's 40 meters. Or the closest cliff to you. Other than that, it slopes too much. It's not gonna be able to really help. If you are within enough it to jump, it's gonna try to jump. Otherwise, if you get fast enough to beat it, then you outrun it, and you can fire in between. All right. So first check, it's going to climb.
So am I rolling against 50? So their skill plus the 10%?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just screaming, go, 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 climb, climb, climb.
And it's going to get a climb check plus 10. God, motherfuckity fuck. Okay, it's having
30.
a little trouble. All right. Which was that? Was that your
Piloting.
shooting or piloting?
That was piloting. Because
Okay.
I don't know what the shooting would be now. Plus 20 without my bonus, with all the negatives and everything factored in.
Yes.
Okay. So that is 27 against 60. Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 degrees of success, it'd be 3 hits.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So I've got 10 pen 3, 14 pen 3, and 7 pen 3. So we know the last one didn't do anything.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Hoping the 14 did something.
Yes, the fort. So you're firing, hitting out the shit. But a couple of those shots, thunk, thunk. It does a little damage. It gets in the things like you can tell it like shudders and roars at that hit.
Is the location important? Because the 27 will be a 72, so that's actually going to be right leg, if it matters.
Not at this point, no.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go with our next round. You are above it now. You're 30 meters above it.
Okay.
So if you're 40, you're pretty much going to be beating it. But let's go again.
36.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm just gonna say I'm fine with it for this game because it's rolling like fuck for you guys. When I'm playing as a player character, they seem to do really well, but it definitely did not make that. So unless you really failed it,
No, it was a 36.
okay, then you keep flying up, fire some more.
35. Wow, real tight grouping.
Yeah, you guys, wow, okay.
So it'd be 3 degrees again, 45, 50, no, 2 degrees.
Yeah,
2 degrees.
So 3 hits.
Would it be 2, wouldn't it? Or do you get an extra?
It's it's a success as a hit plus every degree is an extra.
Oh,
so
okay.
Were you
I missed one last time then.
Okay.
Whatever. So that's a 1. We won't even count it. So I got an 11 pen 3 and a 12 pen 3.
Okay.
And I think that was straight body again, if it matters.
All right. Yeah, it does a little more. I feel like you're. I don't know what you guys are using actually, weapon wise. The pen 3 kind of hurts you because it's not even it's just there's not a lot of. It's got natural armor.
So I look over my shoulder and I yell over to Jarnan. I'm like, can you just rain fire down on it? Because it's like fucking gel. It's like napalm, right? So if he just like sticks the flamer out the door, it's just gonna fall down on it.
How about this? How good of a shot are you right now?
Not great. My ballistics is 35.
What?
It's a rogue trader's weapon skill. My weapon skill is 50.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait a minute. Do you have a power sword?
I do.
Yeah, I'm telling you. See, sometimes it's the like a heavy stubber is great for like a bunch of dudes or like that sort of thing, but like sometimes it's like the power sword would just cleave the fuck out of things. So that's
the
part
pen
of it.
is huge. Yeah. Well, and I have a plasma pistol, so like all my shit is close range. Like even my
shit.
So I need to be close so I can. Yeah.
Oh, the plasma pistol's real good.
It's common. It's not great, but I have the red dot, and then it's already short range because it's only 15 meters. So it takes my 35 to 55 without me even doing anything.
Yeah. So like, yeah, sometimes it's like your guys' weapons might be more effective in some cases than.
All right. Well,
just shooting like machine guns at it. Not to say, although it would be really nice if you had cane, because bolt guns are really helpful with tearing. But
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
It is what it is. And that other one hasn't come out yet, or the presumed other one.
Hmm?
The other creature out of the cave.
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, how about instead of me firing my flamer out, I take one of my spare canisters of napalm fuel and try to chuck it in the path of the actual like shuttle as it's like firing at the creature, so that the napalm just kind of like explodes into like the face of the creature as the shuttle's firing at it.
I like it.
Okay, I'm going to look up and see if there's some sort of grenade type weapon that I can possibly use to consider that similar. Way better than a frag. Definitely more
I
than
think they
plasma.
have incendiary rounds, but I don't know that that's
Even that's
useful.
not a great. Because like a frag is 2d10. That's not great.
Well, so I don't think it would be so much the explosion. Like I think it would almost be like his regular fire damage, right? So like maybe it would have to make the agility check to get out of the way of the exploding flames.
I like that. And you're using a regular flamer?
Yeah.
So what we're going to say is he's going to try to get out of the way. You also have to shoot it.
Oh, yeah.
By the way. But if you're saying you're throwing an entire canister, that would be one clip. So that's 6 shots. So you're going to hit all of those shots at once if you can do this.
Yeah, it's 6d10 plus 24. We actually pull this off.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. If you can fucking hit a can of Promethium on it, fucking more power to you, man. I am more than willing to let you try this. I'm into it. Now the question is, who's shooting it out of the air? Because at that point, you are getting some serious penalties.
I think it's still got to be the door gunner, right? Like I can't do it. Like I don't have the range, and he's throwing 10 rounds downstream. So like if anybody's gonna hit it, it's probably that guy.
All right. So
Unless,
that's what I was figuring. Like I would throw it like in his path. Like I've kind of watched him pull off a couple of rounds at this point, and I'm like, I could probably get it in the path of all those bullets.
Yeah, we can try it.
What about you, Ennis? What's your shooting? Since we're being so meta about it, do you have good shooting?
Ballistic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
50.
Oh, so it'd be about. Well, I mean, we're getting negatives. So it's probably be about the same.
Yeah.
Well, so it's going to be a bad. So it's going to be like a. It's at least going to count. I think that counts as tiny. Shooting a minuscule target. I don't know if it would count as minuscule or puny. It's either going to be a 20 or a 30 negative for sure to hit a fucking Promethium canister from like a flamer. Does it have? I'm going
to let you guys know this then too. This is the last 10 rounds in this clip, and then it's a full reload. Because we've already shot 30 rounds.
You know, okay, I'm going to say, to be fair, I just looked. A servo skull is puny and not minuscule. So let's say, I'm going to say puny counts. It's probably a canister of Promethium for a fucking full flamer is probably the size of a skull with some shit attached. Sure. So it's going to be a negative 20. But it's also like, well, I guess that's it, right?
I mean,
no
he knows
real-
it's coming too, so I mean, he can try to track it. Not that that's going to give him
That's
a
true.
bonus, but
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean,
hey,
yeah, like I'm trying to think. It's not another negative because he's not. I mean, it's not like moving or any like all of that is included. So yeah, I think it's just a negative 20.
okay, so that will eliminate the bonus from the full auto. So then he's rolling at 40, and then I'll give him the 10, and I'm like, shoot that fucking canister. So he's
All right.
rolling a straight 50.
And what I'm gonna do? Okay, so we're gonna see. And in this case, the other round, you have to hit or not, basically, right? It's not like extra hits do anything. I'm gonna say the agility. In this case,
like, would it be surprised? Like, it would have no. So, like, it knows it's being shot, but it wouldn't know that an explosion of flame was coming, potentially.
yeah, I mean, I guess I haven't been dodging with it, so oops. But can you dodge while you're climbing? Probably not. But what I was going to say was I think the toss is also important.
Yeah, honestly, I figured I would like stand right behind the gunner and just kind of like lob it over him.
Well, what I'm saying is like, okay, it depends on where you're like, if you throw it, if it's close enough, it would do all the damage. But if you're just like, I'm throwing it and it explodes close-ish, right? It wouldn't do as much damage. So I'm going to have you roll. I believe grenade throwing is a weapon skill test.
It's a ballistic skill test.
Or ballistic skill test.
I hate myself that I looked that up.
No, well, here's the thing. It's either going to do, if you pass it, full damage if you pass it, and if it dodges, it'll be half damage. If you fail it, it'll be half damage if it explodes, and no damage if it dodges.
Okay.
Because you threw it way off. Now, here's the big question. Who does Venari give that +10 to?
Oh, I was going to give it to the gunner.
Yeah, but I don't know what Jarnan's ballistic skill is.
You have never seen Jarnan fire a weapon.
Nope.
That's probably for a reason then, right?
There probably is a reason for that.
But it's I'm going to give you totally unmodified because you're just throwing it at a giant thing. I'll give you a +20 because you're throwing it at a giant thing.
All right, what does that bring you up to?
That a +20 will bring me up to 45.
I mean, if I don't give them the +10, that they're shooting at 40. So technically, you're.
I'd say give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, because even if you're close, it's going to take some damage, and then it's going to literally be on fire.
Yeah,
because shooting at a hulking target and attacking from higher ground are a +10 each. So I'm going to give you the +20. So you get +20.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, gravity's doing most of the work. You just got to get it going.
Yeah, this is at this point, it's like fucking horseshoes and hand grenades, man. Just close.
Literally. It's like flaming horseshoes.
I mean, I love this idea of fucking shooting a Prometheum canister on a fucking creature. It's great.
All right. So, are we making contested rolls first, or are we out of climbing and piloting?
Shit.
Because it failed twice, and we were already 20 meters above it. So we'd be at 40.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Just to see if it makes any ground. It probably will not.
Okay, so I'm rolling. This will be a straight. What the hell's their skill? 40? 50? 40? All right, here goes nothing.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. You could have been having fucking Ennis rolling these. He could pilot if you really needed to. He is a pilot, but, whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Well. So I failed, or Kane's crew failed. I rolled an 87.
Okay. It rolled a 40 for once, and actually makes it by a degree of success. So you guys are pulling up, but it's a little, there's turbulence, and so it makes a little ground. So it's now a 10-meter differential, essentially.
Isn't that better, though? That's better for us.
Yeah.
If this works, I suppose.
Theoretically, yes, it is. But, let me see if it's... Although... I actually don't know what the range is for throwing a grenade. It might give you another bonus. I wasn't going to give you a penalty for it, but it might give you actual bonuses if you look at...
Yeah, if they're closer to us, we really don't want to...
It's like your strength bonus. You can throw your strength bonus times 3, I think.
Yeah. Does
that sound right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. But he's not throwing so much as he's just kind of like dropping it. I mean, we're above it, so it's not like he has to throw it away. He's just kind of like...
I guess my question was, how close are you to the cliff, right? Like, are you actually that close, or is it more of like a... I mean, he still has to throw it, but like...
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, like, I think at this point there's no penalty whatsoever.
Yeah.
But if it was at 20, maybe there could have been a penalty, but yeah, I think you're fine. So I think at this point, it's about 10 meters down from you, and you're fairly close, and you're going to throw a can of Promethium, and the gunner's going to try to shoot it.
All right. You want to go first, John, or you want me to go first?
Let's do it together.
All right.
I mean, technically, you got to throw it first, but you can roll at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's
you
all
should reveal your throw first.
So I rolled a 34, so he certainly hit.
I rolled a 17.
Oh
wow!
Oh fuck! Does that mean I get to throw like more than one? Because
no, it doesn't. But that's great. That's a real you were. The Emperor was like, "I'm gonna
like this idea.
Help this guy." So yeah, that's a good throw. That's a real good throw. It's like right above its head when that fucking shot hits it. So you get 6 Promethium flamer hits on this thing. But is there a pen on it? Because I almost want to do it separate. No, we're going to do it all together because it's one explosion. So do the 6d10 plus 24. And then tell me the penetration. I don't know if there's any penetration on it. I don't think there is, right?
There's 2 pen.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Which really isn't much at this point.
That's something.
Jesus Christ. My cat's going insane behind me, sorry.
This is going to be interesting.
Uh, 36 plus 24, so 60 fire damage.
36 plus 24. Pen 2.
Pen 2. And he's on fire.
All right. You pull out one of your spare cans of Promethium, and you look like dead at it, gauging the distance, and you take it and you just sidearm toss it as just right. I mean, it's literally right over its head when the gunner just starts spraying bullets. Cat, 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 and you hear a bing, and then a just fucking napalm explosion covers the thing. Explosion. I mean, its face is essentially, I mean, it's basically melting at that point. Like, the skull is, like skin melting off, just on fire, and it falls off the cliff, smashes into the ground, and is basically a flaming, burning mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Jarnan vehemently gives praise and thanks to the God Emperor.
Start praying.
Venari just starts like grabs him by the shoulder, starts shaking. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah! And he smacks the gunner on the back. He's like, that was one hell of a fucking shot.
Roger that, Captain.
I hate to tell you, but there's one more of those things in there, though.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to come out now.
I mean, it hasn't come out yet.
No.
Give me a Xenos lore roll.
All right. I'm trying to find dice that won't fuck me over. All right. Oh, fuck yeah. 02.
You're pretty sure this one was a male.
All right. That big boy, look, that's probably the male. I mean, you see how big that thing is. Probably protecting the female. Maybe they got some little fucking monsters in there. She might not come out if they've got babies in there, which is horrifying to even think about.
So do we want to... Obviously, we want to get clear of what we just did. Do we want to go back down and do some more scouting, or do we just want to celebrate for a bit more?
Well, shooting into the cave worked the first time. Maybe we can draw her out. How much more promethium you got, Jarnan?
Enough.
He shrugs. I guess I'm assuming the gunner's already reloaded.
Sure, yeah. He would have reloaded.
Yeah.
Is there any scans or anything? We said before, can we do another scan from the shuttle?
Sure.
Probably we come along line. Will it penetrate the stone, or would we have to get back down to shooting level and scan through the hole, through the cave entrance?
I mean, it would penetrate depending on the level of detail. I mean, you're going to tell if there's life forms there, but you wouldn't get super detailed,
yeah,
if there are tunnels or different branches, you probably wouldn't be able to pull that.
All right. I mean, I think at this point we're just looking for a life form. So we want to know if there's one more, or if there's one and then a bunch of little ones.
Yeah.
If we could get that level
sure.
of detail. If not, then whatever.
So what would we roll for that? I forget. For the scanners,
scrutiny.
You want me to roll, or do you want to roll? You want to play, Kevin?
Sorry. I've just been enjoying the machination.
Subtle dig.
No, it wasn't a dig. I'm just I feel bad.
Big dig.
Trust me, I've been having a blast. This one was really fun.
Anyone live in Boston? Because that's a big dig.
Oh, I hate the big dig. Fucking thing.
That is 38 out of 40.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, you definitely see one sort of major large life form and 7 significantly smaller life forms.
That's bad. That's real bad.
So I guess the question, Captain, is do we want to just pump this thing full of explosives and explode the entrance, or because I'm assuming if whatever damage we do isn't going to affect any of the mining going in, because we're just doing kind of surface, we're not glassing it like we said before. So do we just want to blow the shit out of the inside of the cave and seal it, and then our job is done, or do we just want to seal it and let them deal with what's inside of it?
No. I mean, that's what they're paying us for. Like, we gotta make sure these things are taken care of. I mean, if we seal the cave and then they come flying out, we don't know if it's got some other way to get out. So, I mean, we can't be sure that it'll just die if we seal that cave up. We could bring in some heavier ordnance and just inundate the inside of that cave with fucking incendiary rounds and promethium and.
Or do we want to give some of the other troops a chance to, we're down here. We told them we're coming down to do some fighting. They really haven't done a lot of fighting. They did, a small group of them did a bit to help us out before. Do we just want to send a bunch of people in to kill missions and just say, go have fun and go run into the tunnel and blow a bunch of shit up?
I don't know
do we want to do it mechanically? Not mechanically, but do we just want to dump a bunch of stuff in and blow it up?
Well, the heavy stubber didn't seem to hurt it too much, so those guys running around with their last rifles is probably not going to be the best way to go about it. Would we have any special ordnance on the ship? I don't think we would necessarily have any with us. I mean, we go to the ship and get promethium.
Sure. Other than that, I mean, you don't have like special rounds or anything because you haven't procured said special rounds.
Okay, as I figured.
I'm trying to think of what would be an option. So what I would do.
How much does Jarnan have left? I mean, if he has another couple of those canisters, that might be enough. Or, does that tap out Jarnan's whole supply? I'm assuming he has refills or, reloads up on the ship itself. Do we have enough with us now to take care of it, or do we have to go back and get some more equipment?
Murder servitors.
Depends on how close you want to get.
Yeah, I have the one left. I have one on my flamer that has like 3 rounds left in it, and then I have 1 extra on me because I pretty much usually only bring 2.
Yeah,
two extra.
But then that only leaves you with nothing. Yeah, so then if we take care of that with what you have left, if something else pops up, then you don't have anything. So it may not be good just for you to use up all yours now, just in case we run into something else.
I mean, I still have a couple of chainswords, so I mean, I'm not defenseless.
So you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Well, this is what I'm thinking then. We grab a couple. So we're going to need promethium. So we send one of the shuttles up. They come back with like 4 of the murder servitors and as much promethium as we can load on them. We just walk them into the fucking cave and tell them to shoot each other. When they get close, like as soon as one start to get chewed on, they just fucking shoot it and burn the whole inside of the cave down. Like they're expendable. We can make more of those motherfuckers.
Okay, we don't take any hit to morale or anything if we do that, right? Because it's just murder servitors.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be a boost in morale.
Yeah, well,
I will say what I would do for your if you wanted to use troops, they would be a horde, essentially, attacking a single creature. So basically, a horde will make attacks, and depending on its magnitude, that's the number of attacks that could be made. So if you put 100 soldiers attacking a creature, they would make 10 attacks per round. And for every 15 damage inflicted upon the horde, they would then lose a man, essentially. So that is the that's sort of the way hordes work. So it looks like hordes will attack all adjacent enemies. they don't get ganging up. A horde can make ranged attacks equal to the first digit of its magnitude. But if you have 100, then it would be 10. And then damage says any attack from a horde that hits has the damage it causes increased by a number of d10s equal to the horde's magnitude divided by 10, with a maximum bonus of 2d10. So that's in addition to the normal damage. So like you do your normal damage, and if you have 100 guys, then it would be well, you'd have a maximum of 2d10 extra. So you'd be doing a lot of damage, just so you know. Like,
the question is, I guess, do we want to let some of the guys out to play, or do we just want to finish the job kind of thing? And I guess that would be up to the captain to decide that.
I mean, I guess we need to test their mettle. And we'll have some of Jarnan's guys, so we'll have, I mean, they're all carrying their flamers plus extra promethium with them.
So if worse comes to worse, they can just drop and shoot and get out and blow it all up, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could be heaving promethium as once they get in, I guess. And depending on what the situation warrants.
Yeah, do we take a hit if we send in a bunch of guys and they get, like, so we say to Kane's guys, okay, what the hell happened to Kane? Go take care of that. Do we lose morale if they all get wiped out, or will we gain morale if we let them go kick some ass and then just send some of Jarnan's guys as a backup with promethium in case it all goes pear-shaped?
Well, I mean, these guys are staying here. So once we finish this, we call our employer. They come out, they start operations. These guys stay here.
So maybe we don't want to lose a bunch of them. Then maybe we just do the job and get it done.
I mean, it would be good experience for them to be able to deal with what's here because they're staying here. So, I mean, it'll give them some good practical experience. They're all recruited, so it'll give the unit some good, tactical awareness of each other. That thing is kind of spooky. Shit. Howard, how do you feel about having your guys lead this charge in here, Jarnan?
You know what? Just like everything in life, it comes down to the God Emperor. If they have faith, they'll make it back. If they don't, well, I'll teach the rest.
All right. Well, let's head back to the staging area, and we'll get these motherfuckers loaded up, and we'll get them prepped and ready to go.
Sounds like a plan.
Sure. That's
right.
Going to be your... Yeah.
We head back. We disembark. I call everybody over. Because I'm assuming they're like all milling around. Like, well, what the fuck did they bring us down here for? Like, we're just friggin' standing here.
Yeah, they're like kind of getting a little rowdy. Of like, what the fuck? Like, are we fucking doing something, or are we just dicking around in this stupid jungle?
Yeah. So he gets like, he gets like on the Vox, like the megaphone version of the Vox or whatever. And he's like, all right, listen up. This is going to be your new home. So you all guys signed up for this. We're going to get you guys a little bit of action today. You guys look like you're a little bored. So we're going to try out your large unit tactics today. There's a threat located 5 clicks, northwest of here. There's a cave structure that's integral to this mining facility as it moves forward. So we took out the larger of the 2 creatures. Jarnan had some really good plan. We incinerated it with a little bit of promethium, so I'm hoping you guys don't have too much trouble. It's a large... Think of a bear, but like, about 4 or 5 times the size of the bear and ugly as all fucking get out. The female is left with her cubs, if you want to call them that. I don't know. They're friggin' Xenos monsters. Like, I'm sure you guys will be fine. Jarnan's missionaries will lead you in prayer. They are going to be the beacon, the shining light of the God Emperor in the darkness. They're going to lead you to victory. So load up on your shuttles. We're going to take you guys over and let you guys get to it.
So, like, give me a command roll.
Okay, I figured it was coming.
I was like, I like it, but give me a command.
All right, that's fair. Fuck, I rolled 100. I saw the first 0. I'm like, yes, and then I looked at the other one. I'm like, no.
You hear a lot of like rubble, like oh, what's happening? Wait. And then you hear like specifically things like, where's Kane? Where's Kane? We need our leader. And then you hear things more like Xenos creature, Xenos bear. What the fuck? Like, I didn't sign up for this.
So he just he kind of sets his jaw and he squares himself up. He starts walking towards the group and he's like, Kane is a bigger man than each and every one of you dirty motherfuckers. He's out there by himself, scouting the area. He's leading by example. What are you guys doing here? Sitting here belly aching and crying. You signed a contract. Are you or are you not mercenaries in the service of House Hallerman? You guys are going to get your ass in there and you're going to do Kane proud. And not only are you going to do Kane proud, you're going to do me proud. Because who does Kane work for? Kane works for me. And you work for Kane, so you motherfuckers work for me. You're going to be here no matter what. You can either be here and have some place to stay, or you can be here and be out in the woods. There's only one way back up to that ship today.
Do you have Intimidate?
I don't.
We'll do Command. I'll let you do Command again.
I don't want to roll either one of these dice.
I mean, yeah, unless you have another skill that seems it's Command or it's mostly Command, but I would have given you Intimidate too.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have anything else I think that would be.
Although I'm going to give you, this one is for the marbles, not whether they're going to do it or not, just whether they take a penalty doing it.
All right. Fuck, 55 out of 50.
All right. They are like none of them are happy about it. You get the sense that it's more like they're more scared and doing it than like, yeah, we're gonna fucking get this thing. They're like, fuck, what do we do? Like, we gotta do it. We gotta, like, this is, I mean, we're gonna fucking die anyway. They're gonna leave us here. So they decide to go, but it's gonna be a -10 to their rolls, essentially. If they're gonna go attack this thing.
All right, so I see that they're not entirely convinced. So he turns to Jarnan and Emmaus, and he's like, I think I'm going to go with them and lead from the rear. So, like,
is there any reason why we all wouldn't go, or?
I mean, we could. I'm not going to make the decision for you guys. I mean,
so I'll say, what the hell? I haven't gotten to shoot anything yet, so I'll go with you.
All right, fair enough. Jarnan, you in?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be in?
All right, I like it. So he's like, mount up, gets on the lead, command crew gets on the lead shuttle. The first one's in. First boots on the ground in front of the cave, assuming nothing has come running out.
No.
So as they're like exiting, like so they're like just back behind the cockpit, and he says to Kane's guys, he's like, stay real fucking close because I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go yet.
All right, so your guys are there. They're ready for orders. They're kind of lined up in loose formation.
All right, so he's like, all right, I want flamers on the wings. I want you guys in the center. I guess maybe second rank, we'll pass out some of the extra Prometheum canisters. So we're gonna fight our way in. When we get close, you guys toss those canisters, and we'll light them up. It's not too much that likes fire, so.
Jarnan just shoots you a look.
Except one.
Yeah.
Okay. They're ready. I mean, they seem ready. They're like, what are our orders, Captain?
Kill anything that's not human.
Aye. Let's get them, boys. So
I mean, he's hoping that the presence of the command crew with them is going to be enough for them to be like, all right, they're not just sending us in to kill us. Like they're coming with us.
Yeah, I mean, sure, they're still scared though. So I mean, I thought you were going just because you could give them your +10, but
well, that too. So I was hoping to negate the -10 and then give them the +10.
Yeah, no, they still have no confidence in you. They're like, this guy is fucking trying. Like this guy's just fucking trying to kill us. We're just literally cannon fodder, and they're just throwing us into a fucking grinder of Xenos bear creatures.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll give them the +10 to just negate it then. I mean, we're going, so.
Yeah, there is no, with 2 failed rolls, you ain't getting that back.
Okay.
Going or not. Yeah. So, okay. Let's do initiative.
All right.
To be fair. And they are average troops as far as I know. I don't think they're elite. So that would be...
yeah, I don't think so.
Everything for theirs is a 30, so that's a +3 to their agility. Roll a d10. Ooh. That no good, guys, for you guys.
All right, I got a 9.
Total or with the bonus? Like with the bonus or raw?
No, with the bonus. I rolled a 5. I got a +4. No. Yes, I got a +4.
+3. Oh, because you give them
for me. I rolled my initiative.
No. Their initiative. You don't really roll. You don't need to roll yours unless you're physically fighting there also.
No.
If you're from the back line guiding them,
yeah,
then you're not gonna roll initiative.
So I rolled a 5, so they have an 8 then? Is that what they get a +3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And it got a 9 + 4, so it's got a 13. So the troops run in, they start cramming in, just wave after wave of guys running into this cave. They've got lights on, that they can see well enough. When they hear this large roar, and let's see what happens with this attack. Although you have a pretty big horde, so that actually is going to give you a plus to hit, because I believe you have the largest, not the largest, but close to the largest. Magnitude 90 to 120 is a +50 to hit.
Nice.
Well, not for you guys. That's not nice for you. It's rolling against the 93 now.
Oh, +50 for it to hit. I thought you were saying for us to hit.
No, you're shooting against a thing, not a Not
But it doesn't. So when you're so there was a difference between melee and range, because I remember when Mike used to play, he was melee, so he'd like jump in, like kill two guys and jump out. Where if you threw a grenade, it did like, or if you shot full auto, it was like tons of extra damage. So like, how many can it kill in a turn? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
up to its damage. So it's every 15 points of damage it does kills a guy.
okay.
So it gets one attack.
Okay.
Right now. Oh no, it's swift attack. It gets 2 attacks per turn. And then if it gets hurt, it ends up getting more. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna get hit. There's almost no chance you don't hit it. Yeah. Rolled a 5, so it definitely hit your guys for. Okay, that's an 11. So that does not kill a guy yet. I mean, you have a huge horde. That's why I'm like, using the real rules. 45, that's a hit. And he does 8 plus his modifier. Oh, shit. Never mind. Hold on. Okay. 18. All right, so your guys run in. It takes a swipe. Metagaming, you don't really know this for sure, but you killed a guy.
Okay.
And heavily wounds another with a huge swipe of its claws. Now it would be your horde's turn to fire.
All right. I'm gonna give them the 10%.
Okay.
So he's just like, forward, unload on it, fucking focus fire.
And then I do want to see, it looks like are they doing melee or range? They're just using ranged attack, right?
Yeah, they're ranged. They're shooting it.
Okay, so they're it's just their straight 30 then.
Oof.
But it
72.
makes but it makes ranged attacks equal to the first digit of its magnitude, which is now 9. So it makes 9 attacks.
Okay, the first one missed. 17, so the second one hits. 90, the third one misses. 23 hits. That's 4. 5, 73 misses. Well, this is all back and forth. 16 hits. That was 6. 15 hits. That was 7. 36 will hit. That's 8.
Jesus.
And 25 hits.
6 hits.
I don't know. I was just calling them out. I was counting somebody else to.
6 out of 9. 6 hits out of 9.
All right. It's kind of cheating because you're going to get more. He would have dodged more if it was each individual hit, but I don't want to do that. So roll all of them together and add.
Oh, Jesus. So 6 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's their plus? Do you want me to just add everything together and then plus whatever it is at the end, or do you want to resolve these individually? Right, because Penn's gonna.
I know. I didn't really want to do that, but I guess to be fair, it probably should.
And one of them got Righteous Fury, so I'm just gonna put that one to the side for now.
Or
does that not work?
No, it does. Sure.
They're inspired by.
Sure. Yeah, let's do them individually.
All right. So I've got. So is it plus anything?
What do you mean? I mean, it's what they're using, like laser guns, right?
Yes. So like plus to damage, I guess I'm saying. Or is it just a straight D10?
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So the rule is it is their damage. Hold on. Any additional hits from sustained fire can be applied to any other, therefore. Damage. Any attack that hits has the damage it causes increased by the number of d10s equal to the magnitude divided by 10, with a maximum bonus of plus 2d10. This is in addition to the normal by the weapon it's damaged with. So you do the normal laser gun damage plus 2d10.
Okay. So let me scrap all those and roll 2d10.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I rolled a 9 and a 6, so an extra 15.
Okay. So was that 3d10 or was that 2d10?
Oh, no, that was just a 2. Hold on, another one.
All right, yeah. You need to do 3d10 plus what's the laser gun bonus to damage?
I don't know if there is one.
I think there is. I'm checking.
Yeah, they're shitty for sure. Regular. So last gun is plus 3.
Okay. And 0 pen. So
0 pen. Yep. So I rolled a 9, an 8, and a 6. So
9.
17, 24 plus
23.
23?
No, you're right. 24. My fault. 23. 24. Jesus Christ, 24.
24 plus 3, or is that plus 3 3 times?
Just plus 3. Just plus 3.
So 27.
Okay. The horde fires. Okay. Pen 0. So armor. We'll take it to. They're firing. It's definitely hurting it, but it does not look that hurt from the damage. So the men they're holding up. They're doing okay.
How close are they? Are we still not close enough to like where the nest potentially would be?
The thing came out, so.
Oh, it came out before we even went in?
No. In the cave.
Okay, okay.
You're in melee at the front of the pack, but I'm gonna hand wave melee for them, and then you don't see the nest.
Okay, that's fair.
It's gonna attack you. Its turn is up. It was attacked, so now it's at frenzy, which means it gets a plus 20 to melee attacks, and it gets lightning attack, which means it gets for the remainder of combat. So that means it gets 3 attacks.
Oof.
So attack 1, yeah, that's a hit. I mean, it's basically all hits unless I roll 100, which is an auto fail. But okay, those are all hits, and it's gonna hit a D10 plus 10, 16, 18, 11. So that's gonna be
45.
45. So let's kill that guy. So down to 98. And then there's always one left. So it's going to take it to 44. So that's another 2 guys dead and another leftover. So you're down to 96 guys and 1 guy gravely injured.
So can the guys in the rank behind then throw a couple of the Prometheum tanks behind the thing and then shoot it to try to set it on fire? Like, that was kind of the goal, because clearly shooting it with last pistols was not going to work, or last guns was not going to work.
It took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not like dead in one shot.
Yeah.
So, you can do that but it's going to, in a cave, that's going to hurt your guys.
Yes, that's what I was worried about.
By at least half.
Okay, then we're clearly not going to do that then.
Shooting a can of Promethium in an enclosed space is just basically going to create a fire vortex. So
yeah.
It's going to be real bad.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, you caught my attention with fire vortex.
Can we
you're more than welcome to try to do it, but you will sacrifice a lot of troops.
Can we start bringing the guys back?
Right now you've lost 4 guys, and you did a substantial amount of damage to it. Yeah.
Do we want to give it another round of us attacking and then see how that goes?
Yeah.
And then once it attacks us again, if it does a whole bunch more damage, maybe we start moving back, maybe to draw it further back so we can get out of the cave and then chuck the Promethium in and shoot it then. So at least we're clear of any of that from the cave itself if we're out further closer to the entrance.
Yeah, well, like you said, maybe we should shoot it again and then see what's up.
You guys can certainly be out, but your dudes are not.
Yeah.
And the chances of 100 guys leaving a cave without that thing being right up on them is going to be slim to none. So they're going to take a retreat.
Yeah.
That at least. Maybe if you threw it in the cave when it's out front of the cave, you would take less damage to your guys. But let's just say it's like throwing a full can of Promethium in there and blasting. It's really going to hurt your guys almost any way you. It's just how much does it hurt them?
Right. All right. Well, we'll shoot it again if that was reasonably successful. So are we still at 9 then?
Yep.
All righty. Great ones first. So 96. It's a good thing those things are reliable. 81. It's not going well. They're kind of breaking a little bit. 98. Fuck you.
Wow.
Different
Seeing it just like it just like swiped through 2 guys and cut them in half. So people are freaked out.
Fuck. 66. 71. Come on. 58. That doesn't do it either, does it? That's out of 40. What was that? 5? Fun. I thought it was an 18. It was a 78. Fuck
so
you.
That's 7.
98 again? I don't know what to roll. Like, I'm literally going to go get more dice. I don't care. You're going to hear dice like on the podcast now. I have to like dig through a fucking bag here. This is bullshit. All right, is this the last one?
It's a good night.
All right, here we go. 02.
All right.
The last one, or was that number 8?
That was the last one.
The last one. Although I'm going to reduce your next one by 2 attacks because that was serious jams. Like there were so many 98s.
They're reliable. Last guns don't jam.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, then
that's what I said. It's a good thing they're reliable.
Any attack on horde that causes damage, it causes increased number of d10s equal to the horde damage. So, also apparently jams never matter for hordes. There you go. So it's going to be a
3d10.
3d10 plus 3.
Oh, let's see. So 18, 21.
All right. Plus the 3.
Yes, that's with the 3. I rolled 5, 4, and a 9.
Oh, that's 21. That's with the 3?
Yes.
So that's going to be math. It's wearing it down.
Okay.
Like, there's definitely damage being done. It is like you can see last gun rounds penetrating its skin. It's certainly weaker than it was. but it's still fairly robust at the moment.
All right.
And it's going to attack again with its attacks. That's going to hit. That's going to hit. Oh, I got 100, so that's not going to hit. There you go. There's one for you. And then damage. 18 and 20.
Those are big numbers.
Those are some good hits. 38, so that's going to be kill that guy. 5 down to 37, so that's another 2 guys.
Oh.
93.
He feels each one of those.
7, so 8 left. All right, so 2 more dudes get just, it's fucking screaming and just tearing through dudes. One guy just gets his head crushed while another guy just lifted up at its claws with its fucking guts hanging out and just squeezes it like fucking Starship Trooper style. And now it's up to you. Now it's up on your turn.
All
You still
right,
have
here we go.
93 guys. You got plenty of guys. So.
All right. That's fair. Hey, you make an omelet, you got to break a couple eggs.
I mean, this is
Seven.
what dude. They're fucking. This is the Imperium, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
we
7
can.
attacks now, right?
No, we still have 93 dudes. It's still still
So
9.
mine. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one was a 22. So 1 hit. 13, they're rallying. That's 2. 21, 3 hits. So that's 66. 47's not going to cut it. 91, going the wrong way. 07. 53 is not going to do it.
One more.
30. 30 will hit
5
because
hits.
they're rolling at 40.
Okay. I guess, yeah, you guys probably should have done more damage. So I think each hit is increased by the D10. So how many hits was that?
5.
5.
5. So you would do 5 3d10 plus 3s. I actually think that's what you would be doing.
Oh,
This
shit.
says any attack from a horde that hits, but I'm not sure it says. That's why I'm trying to figure out how it, because it says like it makes a ranged attack equal to the first digit, so that's 9.
Yeah, see, we've only ever fought hordes, so I don't know mechanically how that works.
Yeah, a magnitude 25 horde can make 2 ranged attacks. Any additional hits from sustained fire can be applied to any eligible target. Therefore, if they can actually do an extra hit, and then it says for any attack that hits, the damage is plus D10s equal to the magnitude divided by 10, maximum of 2d10. So that's 5 times 3d10 plus 3.
Shit. Okay, we left a lot of damage on the table then.
Yeah. Live and learn.
All right, well, here we go with a shitload of damage then. Let's see. 10. Nice. One of them's a 10. So we re-rolling that or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
19 plus 7 is 26. And then I'm going to re-roll that 10. So that's another 2. So 28 on the first one.
That plus the 3?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
The next one is 18, 19 plus 3 is 21.
All right.
Oh, shit. Threw a dice. Nice. Another 10. So 9, 8, 17. So 27.
Jesus.
Plus 5 is 32, so 35 with the plus 3.
Damn. All right.
Here's the fourth one. Let's see. 8 and 6 is 14, so 17. And the last one is 12, 15.
All right.
17.
All right. So that's going to be 24.
Hell yeah.
4, 77, 35 will be 32, 22. Shit, that's a lot.
So the flamer guys like start to envelop. They come around. They're like, fucking tangentially shooting flames at it. It's like fucking ass is all singed. Part of its back is like all fucking toasted up.
Yeah, it's definitely like this set of attacks like finally overwhelms it as the flames engulf it and the just consistent lays fire. The guys kind of rally, they start pinging it, and it just drops in a kind of ball of fucking scorched hair and singed fur.
Nice.
And the men are like, "Hurrah! Hurrah!"
So Venari's like, I knew you guys could do it. We got to get a little, you got to bloody your nose a little bit. We got to get you, get a little blood on you. We got to get in there. We got to finish off those babies, boys.
All right. Yeah, you go in, or they go in. They report. It's essentially like, I would say it's not enough. They're not dangerous enough to fight. So you can essentially wipe them out with your troops without any damage.
All right. Fair enough. Venari thinks for a minute as they're going in, like, if they're small enough, like, maybe he could train one. Like, he's kind of like, they're like, yeah, they're like running in. And he's like, I wonder if, and it's like, bop, 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 and he's like, whatever.
Like, wait.
Probably doesn't want word of that getting around anyway. So he's like, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, you could definitely have tried with some taming. Yeah. So that's cleared. Doesn't look like there's anything else in the cave. There are a series of tunnels, but the scans show nothing. So you're pretty sure you've cleared out what you need to, at least in this cave.
All right. So they come out and he just gives them like a congratulatory speech, like you guys were scared, you thought we were gonna we were leaving you hanging out to dry, but we just gotta to test you under fire, and it's, all for the glory of the emperor. And he kind of like puts his hand out to Jarnan. The emperor protects those that serve under his glory, and kind of like he gets kind of smarmy about it, like like he knows Jarnan is probably like hairs on the back of his neck are starting to stand up. He's like, hey, you're such a dickhead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely happening. Like, while you were talking, physically my eyebrow was going up like, the fuck is this guy doing?
He's gonna twitch. His hand drops to his side, like just touches the flamer.
Yeah, he's like, you motherfucker.
So he's like, all right, we get back on the shuttles. We'll let's grab our guys out of here. Collect, I guess, what they can of the wounded and the dead. Wants to at least make a show of like, we're not just gonna leave them here to rot. We're gonna do the respectful thing to like the new guys and like not turn them into food or murder servitors or whatever.
Sure. I mean, that's respectful.
So they'll bring those guys back, and I guess proper protocol would be to turn them into food. I'm assuming Venari would know. Like, would it make sense to bury them here or bring them up to the ship and like jettison them into space? Like a ship funeral sort of thing?
It would be your call. It would be appropriate either way. It would not be inappropriate to bury them on the planet. A naval funeral, if you so desire, would also be... Burying them on the planet would be like the men would be like, that's respectful. If you gave them like a full military style burial, like naval style, torpedo them out, torpedo tube ceremony, it would probably help. It would help their morale in particular toward you, because you're showing them some amount of respect that most people would not give grunts, particularly in the Imperium.
Yeah, I think that's the way that he would go. Like he's got a bridge to mend at this point, and he wants it to be known, so like as this gets around us, he's sure that it will, that, working for House Hallerman is the way to go, because he cares about each and every guy under his employ, to the point of, respecting their service and sacrifice.
Yeah.
In the name of the Imperium and House Hallerman.
Yeah. So you lost, although hand waved of not knowing how damage worked. 7 dudes. So yeah, if you want to do an individual, it could be all together, right? But if you wanted to do individual caskets, essentially jettisoned with like a proper, not official military because you're not military, but a proper funeral, then the morale, then you would lose any. You would always be able to command those guys as if you were their super leader. So Kane would not need to be there, and you would not have to make command tests to bolster them. They'd basically just be like, this fucking guy, we're gonna fucking die for this guy because he actually respects us. Because that's very unusual for an Imperial anything. So a rogue trader showing them that sort of respect would certainly gain the loyalty of those guys.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I figured. So yeah, so he'll do that. So he kind of gives them the rallying speech. He's like, all right, we're gonna, full service, collect up your shit. We're gonna, head back to the ship. We'll get you guys cleaned up. We'll get these guys cleaned up. I go over to Kane's crew and I'm like, you need to fucking wait here until Kane comes back. If you see fit, start scanning for him. We're gonna go up with these guys. We need to take care of this. If anything happens, you call me directly, and we'll come back down here. I've never had him go rogue before, so I mean, I guess we'll see if he turns up. I mean, we'll take care of this and we'll come back down. I'll help you beat the bush.
Aye, Lord Captain. We'll keep an eye out. If there's anything we can do, I'll try and track him down. I'll send out our best tracker, but I've never seen it either. But I think it was just the traumas of war. Too many horrible sights.
And then he stops and he kind of scratches his temple and he's like, wait a minute. Pulls his comm out, clicks the comm, and he's like, Kane, are you out there? Because nobody ever thought to call him. Of course, Jesse's still not here, so I guess it's just fucking static on the other end. Yeah,
no response. The communicate, you hear it from the shuttle squawking. You're like, oh fuck, I hear myself.
Fuck. You get that he holds it up and it's like, fuck. He pulls it away from his head. He's like, God damn it. He's all right. Keep me apprised of the situation. We'll be back as soon as we can.
They bow and salute, and they go about their bit. They're very professional. So they start sending out sort of trackers. They're not sending that many guys because they know it's dangerous. They don't want all to die, but they're
right.
They try to look and see if they can find any tracks and things as you guys are headed out.
Okay. I figure they're good enough at their job and they're loyal to Kane that
Yeah,
they're going to do a good job at that. Yeah. And then Venari will ride up in the shuttle that has the casualties.
Okay.
And then when they get up, he will ask Jarnan to have his acolytes prepare the bodies. Have Jarnan perform the service, and he'll oversee, I guess, whatever,
Okay.
and coordinate all that stuff. So they'll be, I guess at some point that the orbit of those caskets would, decline and they would, burn up in the atmosphere. But, as these guys are serving, their wounded are, there with them in orbit, like watching over them, kind of like he'll make that sort of, analogy that, they're there, with them.
It's pretty, honestly, anything more than just throwing them in a ditch is pretty good. Or making them into fucking food. So,
yeah. Well, he's playing it up as much as he can because
they're definitely more loyal than most mercenary grunts and appreciative of your respect of the dead. Even though some of them obviously are just like randos that got conscripted and were like, "Fuck, I need money," and I'm a fucking poor schlub on this space station. So you've got a fairly dedicated core of individuals that I'm assuming will be the ones manning this post, but with some combat experience and know the local fauna well enough. So that's definitely helpful and something that I'm sure the Merchant Guild or the Merchant House would be happy to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Since you won't be around to fucking physically fight everything, since your guys did it, you can be like, we just told them what to do, so they did it.
Yeah, cool. And then I guess he would jump on the comm and call whatever her name was, let them know that the majority of the area or the area has been cleared. The larger predators have been eliminated. We'd found a tunnel complex. Like he'd lay out the whole.
Yeah. What are you planning to do about the hunter bands, the chimeras? Are you going to hunt them down in the meantime? Or are you letting them just stay?
I guess I would let them know that there are still predators. On the planet, like we can't eliminate every predator on the planet. Like, I tell her that we killed the group that was infesting their location, but that we had noted that there were other, hunting groups, that may or may not have a home range in the area. Like if they're going to be a week out, I guess we can bring more guys and just beat the brush and, do it more like a cordon. Like we just line up 50 guys. We've got the auto sentries out. We could bring the murder servers down. Like now we know what we're looking for. We could get shuttles, with eyes in the air to let us know where things are. Like I think we could probably handle them much better than we did last time.
Yeah, they want that.
Okay. Yeah, we.
I make it abundantly clear they want that. They were like, like we want you to kill every major predator within that square. Mm-hmm. Like, if they might roam into there, by the time we get there, kill it. Yeah. And do you want your money or not? That's like she's like a no
fucks given. Yeah.
She's like, look, I fucking said kill everything. I don't care. You don't have to kill everything on the planet, but if it's wandering in, kill it.
Yeah.
Before it kills my men.
Okay. Yeah, and then we would do that. I mean, now we know what we're doing. We know what we're looking at. We know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, there are no other of the large creatures. It's all the chimeras, and you know, it's 4 and 3 band packs. So if you have your troops scanning for it and you send them in like mass, it's unlikely they will not just be able to take care of that. So you should be able to secure it without. We can role play that gets taken care of. And if you want to use murder servitors, they're even more hardcore, because I think you have 100 of those technically with that attribute, and those things they don't care if arms get ripped off. They just fucking keep shooting. So pretty hardcore. So we'll say you can clean that up with a precision sort of tactical. Taking out at least the 3 groups should be sufficient, at least for them to set up their mining group. Once you start disturbing that much of the space, as long as it's nothing fighting for its home territory, then shit's gonna run away as they basically clear out miles of space to mine. So.
Yeah. And I guess as they were doing it, like, since they know what their area is, they would set out like pick recorders to kind of then monitor the perimeter of their area to make sure that like nothing else is coming in. And then we can, then he's got footage and be like, okay, here you go. It's been 4 days and there's no other, anything in the area, nothing we've seen in the area, nothing to report.
Yeah. They are extremely appreciative. Of course, they're going to set up their mining operations first before they set up an official, like, actual base. They have a security, I want to say bunker, but it's not bunker, garrison,
like Quonset huts or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a garrison. It's like a prefab metal shack with like fucking bunk beds and stuff that your men can garrison in, but it's within the range of the mining stuff, so it's not like out on its own where you kind of want the base built a little out, but for now they're going to get the mining set up. They deposit the thrones that they promised you, so you get a profit factor bump of I'm debating. Let's say 2.
I think that's what it was. I'm trying to look through the notes.
I want to think it was 2. I was like, I don't want to short you, but I was like, I think 3 seems like a little much, but plus you're getting the base, so I think it's a 2.
Yeah, I think that's what we had negotiated down, because I think initially it was like 4, and I'm like, well, here, plus 2 profit factor, and they build the base.
Yeah, so you got the 2 profit factor. You have at least that amount of reputation. No reputation really. At some point you may gain reputation, sort of, if the mercenary folks you're hiring communicate back that like you're a good dude, but that will take time. But yeah, this particular merchant guild particular merchant house is appreciative of your efforts, so they've paid you, and you get 600 XP to spend. So you can bump yourselves a little. And then it's up to you next session what you want to do now that you've secured this location. It'll take obviously a few months to get the base built, and I'll have questions as you go about how you want that done, and what you would like there, where you would like it. But for the moment, they're setting up mining operations. Your men are fairly gung-ho at this point, and they're impressed with their morale and competence.
Sweet. Is there anything you guys want to close out with?
No, that was a lot of fun. That was good, all the planning stuff. I thought at the beginning, I'm like, wow, we're going to do a whole session with no rolling, and then all of a sudden it was all rolling at the end. So that was actually a lot of fun.
A lot of horde rolling.
Yeah.
I like doing the opposite. I like doing you guys have the horde. It was fun.
Yeah, it's different. We've never done that before.
Yeah. I just thought it was fun to try that mechanic. It's fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Does Jarnan have any closing scene? Anything he does pre or post funeral?
Pretty much the only thing that he really does randomly while Venari is just kind of roaming the halls, he passes by Jarnan and feels like almost like a bite on his forearm, almost like a bug bite on his forearm.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks down as Jarnan just keeps walking, and there's this like very thin red line now on your forearm.
Did he burn me with the flamer?
Yeah.
Like you keep walking, and he's like, fuck, and he stops and he looks back at your back, and you just keep walking, and then he looks back down at his arm, and he just stands in the hallway for like a full minute, and then he shakes his head like yes motion, and then continues on about his business.
Yeah, that's about it for Jarnan. He's pretty happy with how it turned out.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome. It's a pretty good session. I liked it. I thought it went well. I liked the planning. I thought the ideas were pretty awesome for dealing with things that I thought you might just run in and fight. I think you could have fought them. I probably would have scaled that back once I realized that toughness bonus was so high. I think unnatural toughness of ×2, so it had a 10 toughness soak, which is like crazy. But your weapons probably would have, versus like shit guns don't do much.
Yeah, I think if Jesse didn't have computer issues, then maybe like we could have tried to stealth in and scope it out and try to like maybe take them one-on-one. But to be to be somebody short,
it
was like, oh, I don't know. It was kind of like the Day Trippers game from last night. It's like I don't know what to do, because you're not in a dystopian sci-fi future where like, oh, I could probably just do this and this. You're like, I don't know. Can we shoot it? Does shooting it work?
It's definitely a bummer when you're losing your literal combat guy, with super damage dealing weapon. But then again, a power sword's pretty badass. I mean, I killed a demon with it in one fucking strike one time, so that's pretty cool. So
there were circumstances.
I didn't have armor or toughness, but whatever. Or natural armor, and it didn't have a high enough toughness. But
yeah, I mean the power swords is a pen 5 with a +8 to damage. So it's
pretty badass.
It's not terrible.
So for instance, in that case, this is where they had a pretty decent hit point, but it had 4 armor and a 10 toughness soak. So it's basically a 14 soak. But if you have a pen 5 with a +8, I mean, you're at least
gonna do a couple
it down, and then the rest of you guys had some options. The flamer still does a pretty decent amount of damage, but not as much as throwing the canister and shooting it, which is pretty.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was cool.
But I wanted to mitigate it's one of the reasons the guy that runs the Dark Heresy game hates Rogue Traders. People are just I hire 100,000 guys to run in and just fucking shoot everything and stomp on it. But I was yeah, you guys have 100 guys, that's fair. So, but let's actually roll they're getting hit. So let them be a horde, because that will lose you assets over time. So
yeah.
I thought it was fun to just try it and see how it would work. Granted, you had 100 guys, which is a lot of guys, but still.
You can see where the playing with the original Warhammer with playing with the minis and all that kind of stuff. If you're going to do that with 100 characters or a horde, things like that, the Dark Heresy is more the role playing, not tabletop kind of thing. So yeah, this one is more. I mean, Death Watch is where I got the horde stuff, because you're basically we're 3 dudes taking on 500 things, and we just wipe it all out. So they do damage, it's just absurd. So
Like, it was kind of mid-ground where I thought, like, oh, we can have pretty badass enemies that you're fighting. And if you're calling in troops, then we'll just, I mean, you're going to mow through some of those troops. And if that happens, that's your resources, not, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't ranged versus melee, then it would be a completely different scenario. Like in our Deathwatch game, it's like, oh, I drop a frag on it. Okay, well, you just killed half of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I unload full auto. Okay, well, it's half of they're dead now because you did
I have an
X amount.
Astartes fucking pattern anything up, everything's dead because like the Astartes shit's like I do 40, 10 plus 80, and you're like. Everything's dead. Like that shit's crazy. So yeah, you guys have like good stuff, but not like the craziest shit of all time yet. So
right. Well, I didn't want to break your encounter because I figured you wanted us to fight it, but it was like you know, would we really just run in there with you know what I mean? It's like you know we like you don't want to ruin the game or break the game, so it's kind of like. No,
I mean, I thought it was a good solution. I was as long as it wasn't like I was kind of like I don't know if you can just like throw some grenades in there to kill it, but fighting it with the ship is fine. Because then like I realized like oh shit that toughness bonus is real high.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it was gonna be tough, but like I didn't know it was gonna be that tough. So then I was like oh shit I gotta like I could have scaled it down, but I was like oh let's see where this goes. Because you guys weren't fighting it straight out, so I figured I could always.
Well, and I think even too, like had we just like hucked grenades into the mouth of the tunnel, we could have concussed the fuck out of it, and that might have done like that's like very like, you know what kind of damage does that do? But like that bursts eardrums, that like shatters organs. Like I don't know how you'd want to handle that, but theoretically we could have done that too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like. If you just glass the whole place, though, the merchants might be pretty pissed because you're like, I don't know, we fucking just blew that mountain to fuck. I don't know where those mineral veins went. They're there somewhere. Find them. Like they might have been a little pissed that you just like blew a bunch of shit up. But
yeah, I figured.
It's not great technique. But yeah, I think it's good. I hope people liked it.
Yeah, this will be the bear to edit.
But you got those great edit wraps.
That's true. That's true. That'll stay in. I'll pump that at the end.
Drop the beat. And then I should sound capture this and then edit this in. Drop the beat and then you hit that into my wraps.
Yeah. I have to download like a couple of 20 seconds of some friggin' bass drop or whatever.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is gonna be the most popular episode ever. People are like, these raps are street. I'm into it. These are on fleek. This guy is not so white that he's so white. But anyway, yeah. All right, I'm delirious, so I'm going to go to bed. I'm exhausted.
All right. Thank you, sir, for running. Another fun game.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for showing up.
Real
Somebody, didn't make it. No, it was fun. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
All right. Later, guys, till we meet again in the warp.
Jesse said, "Awesome job, guys." He was like coaching from the sidelines, and Jeremy was here tonight. Hey, buddy, it's good to see you again. It's been a little while. We're glad you popped in there, and it's good to see you, virtually see you, I guess. And thanks everybody for checking us out, and we'll catch you next time.